Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It's good to see you all. I hope you are well. Give it a few minutes for everybody to pop in, say hello, see how we're doing. YouTube is being very wonky, and a lot of videos and like the notifications are not working. Videos are not showing up in your. And a lot of videos and like the notifications are not working. Videos are not showing up in. Shush. So videos are not showing up in your subscription. It's just kind of a mess. So I'm kind of hoping that everybody is getting the notification and knowing that we're here. So we might wait a few minutes and give people time. Hello, Awen. Hi, Nicole. How are you? YouTube's being wonky. Apparently they sent... Oh, Awen, I'm sure they're getting overwhelmed because people are obviously looking for outlets, finding something to do. And then also YouTube sent a bunch of employees home, which is perfectly fine. But like we talked about earlier in the Gannon Live, like Nick Schneider said, why can't they do what they do for YouTube at home? That makes no sense. Oh, Karen, you did get the notification? That's good. I was worried because I've been hearing all these things and I checked, I checked in another account and it wasn't showing up. I'm like, well, there's good news. So at least some people got them. That's good. How is everybody holding up with their social distancing and isolation? Everybody doing okay? Just kind of doing your thing. It's pretty much what we're doing. My big outing today was going to the bank, and my husband took my grandson to meet his parents because he wanted to go home tonight. So that was our big outing. Hey, Nikki, how are you? See, Awen, I'm a homebody anyway, so it's not, it doesn't bother me being home. What freaks me out about being home is that people are home with me. And so my schedule is all jacked up, which you guys could probably see by this week. You haven't seen anything from me from Monday. Because typically what happens when everybody leaves in the morning, I get up, I respond to every single comment on all my videos. And then I start my, I have this, my day is planned. I start my research. I do what I have to do around that. You know what I mean? And having people here jacks that all up. So it's going to take a hot minute, but we'll get back there. But we're definitely going to keep the Friday Night Lives. I really dig this. And I was going to see if anybody wanted to try to work in another live throughout the week, since we're all kind of isolated and we're going to need outlets. I am happy to do whatever anybody wants to do. So, because Lord knows with this Vallow case, especially, we could talk about this forever and ever and ever and ever. Hey, Heather, how are you? I was thinking about you because I have not heard from you in a couple days too. And I had a feeling you're probably like me, the new normal we have to adjust to. But I don't know. I mean, being a homebody doesn't bother me at all. I just think it worries me. I'm so, you're used to I need to go grab, say, a gallon of milk. You run up to the store, it's typically like a 5-minute trip. Now you have to hunt through the stores. I told my husband earlier, I love to go thrift shopping, and I feel like grocery shopping is going to the thrift store right now because you never know what you're going to find. It's like a crapshoot. You're like, oh my God, look what I got. Look, I got bread. You get all excited. It's insane. So I just hope everybody is doing well. So this week, Brandon fired back at Melani, because Melani made some pretty intense claims in her previous filing in this crazy custody battle. So Brandon fired back, and he went ahead and threw in some of these, some of the documents that relate to their belief system. Now, Emily, I swear, you need to email me and I will send you toilet paper. I am not kidding. Girl, hit me up in Discord. So Brandon went ahead and talked about, he as one of his exhibits, he put in all this stuff about their belief system, which is fine. Now, way back, I believe it was in January, I got an email with that information in it. And it was talking about zombies and all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, what in the actual hell? I know that other creators got the same thing, and some creators have talked about it, but I don't like to talk about things I can't verify, and I've never seen it anywhere else. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to let this be. And another thing, I get a lot of stuff in my email, like different communications between people. And I need to let everybody know I do send that in as tips, because you never know. You never know what piece of the puzzle is out there. I never say where it came from. I never say any of that, but we get some pretty interesting information. So we'll talk a little bit tonight about what Brandon is now saying. Brandon is now claiming that Melani is pregnant with Ian's child, which there was a lot of rumor that she was pregnant when we saw her walk into the hearing last time. There was a lot of speculation. People said, "Oh my God, I think she's pregnant. I think she's pregnant." Well, Brandon is saying, "Yep, oh girl's knocked up." So we'll look at that. We'll look at some of these stuff. I can't even speak English. Been home for 4 days straight. Now I can't talk. What the heck? We'll look at some of these documents that Brandon filed, and then we'll go ahead and go through the zombie stuff. It's pretty intense. I don't even know what else to call it. It's just the zombie stuff. And it, if you've not seen it, or even if you have, it is definitely, it's scary in a sense, because if you look at the definitions of how they lay this out, you can easily determine that they believe people like Charles was a zombie, and even JJ and Tylee, and that's very, very scary. Hey Brenda, how are you? Oh, Heather had a fight with kids. Just wait. It's gonna get, that's what I keep thinking. We have a family business, and it's, a non-essential business. We have a fence company. It's been in business since 1960, I think 4 or 5. I mean, it's been around forever. Well, it's not essential, but if they close that down, that fence company feeds our whole family. So that's a little bit of a concern. But then what happens is my husband's going to be home, and that is when shit will hit the fan, because oh my God, he makes, hey Stella Bella, how are you? Oh, he drives me crazy. So I might actually be hiding down here in my little room with my computer and my futon. I might just live down here with you guys. I need an escape. You know what, Terry Lynn? It's I'm gonna put that up there. Okay, so in Chad's blogs, he always talks about he has to wait for an earthquake. He has to wait for something to happen in order for him to take the next step. Like there was a book that he was waiting to publish until the earthquake came. Honest to God, we're gonna go through every one of his blog posts one day. We're just gonna sit down and do it. It's pretty interesting. But he believes that earthquakes are a big part of, the end times. Well, considering Salt Lake City, right here in the middle of all this stuff, all of his followers and people, there was an earthquake this week. And then now we have, everything else, we have all CV running around, and everybody's saying, oh, look, Chad was right. So who knows? Maybe it was. I don't know. I hope not, but I don't know. I guess all of the doomsday preppers that we've seen on their TV show, and everybody's got all their food and stuff ready to go. Ginger, you were in the earthquake. Are you okay? Is your house okay? Everything around you okay? I hope so. Oh my gosh. I watched Nate Eaton was watching what was he watching? The Today Show, or I forget what show he was watching, and then all of a sudden, it happened live on TV. That was crazy to see. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, exactly, Heather. He must be walking around, thinking he knows all the scoop. He knows what's up. So I don't know, but hopefully he won't be walking free for long. That's what I'm hoping. Absolutely 100%. Okay, so let's pull up what exactly, Heather. Like there's just one thing after the other. It's just insane. But me too, Jamie. I feel like this is going to fuel the fire for some of their, followers and their belief systems. I really do. We'll have to see. Just more panic buying. Are all you guys able to get like food and all your necessities? God, I hope so. I mean, we've been able we got about 95% of what we actually wanted to get for our house, you know. So it's eerie to walk through the grocery stores and see all the craziness, but this is just the way it is. And this is also weird because I think this, for the first time ever that I know of, the entire world is dealing with the same thing. You know, sometimes we see like natural disasters or, you know, like a hurricane will, like, let's say Hurricane Katrina, like New Orleans was screwed and the whole country and the whole world was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. Well, right now, the entire world is feeling the horrible. You know, it's really, really interesting. So it's nice to see people kind of come together and people try to come up with ways to pass the time and take care of each other. Yeah, the timing is nuts, Tanya. Ooh, you hit the jackpot, Heather. That's why I found a case of Ice Mountain water. Gavin only likes Ice Mountain, and we buy it every time we go to the store. We just always have bottled water. We just do. Well, he only likes Ice Mountain, and I haven't been able to find it all week. And I was out yesterday, and I just ran into one of our local grocery store chains. I'm like, well, let me just see what they've got. Maybe I'll get lucky. And they had that water. I was like, score. Excuse me. All right, so let's get in here and see what they got going on. I'm exactly, Jamie. I'm right there. Like I've been saying, if you cannot find something in your area, I don't know how we can set something up to where we can just post. Like I'm on the lookout for blah blah blah. Or poor Emily, I'm sending this broad some toilet paper. I ain't even lying. She's been looking for days now. We need to just take care of each other, and maybe not only with items, but even when we're online like this, just hang out, check in. Lots of ways to interact. So, oh my gosh, Tanya, that was horrible. We came on, me and Awen and Loria actually came on earlier and just talked about it. And ended up talking for 3 hours, which we didn't even realize it went that long. It's horrible. I'm anxious to find out how she got him to Florida. How in the actual hell did that work? I can't figure that one out. Okay, so let's see. Now, on the first page, let me make sure here. Now, on the first page, Brandon just breaks down that he thinks everything. Let's see. Brandon asserts that the information contained in paragraph 1 of the motion relating to the amount it costs for the mediation is irrelevant. However, Brandon states the total amount paid to the mediator, Tina Baker, was $12,663. Brandon admits that the consent decree was signed on August 31st, 2019. So apparently Melani is saying he owes her money for that. Now, page 2 is not on here. Now, this next post here, this is the lease agreement for her when she moved to Rexburg. And it has... What the hell, Austin? And this was dated October... I think that says the 20th. So they were able to confirm that, in fact, she did head up Rexburg. Now, this is the one. We don't have all of page. We don't have the entire thing. But this is the one where he talks about her being pregnant. So this one is actually pretty interesting. That's bizarre. Okay. Brandon denies the allegations as stated in paragraph 10 of the motion. Brandon did not misstate any facts in his motion or petition. Brandon remains unable to reveal all evidence to this court of the ongoing investigation into the attempted murder on his life. Melani remains an affiliated party regarding same, and Brandon anticipates that the detective assigned to the said case will testify in the affirmative. As the court well knows, a victim knows much more than law enforcement can disclose to the media or to others. Brandon will not disclose all of his evidence at this time, as doing so would greatly impede the ongoing investigation. Father has provided significant evidence to this court to support his concerns for the safety of the children and continues to believe that Melani played an integral part into the attempt on his life. Melani continues to believe, what the hell? Melani packed up in the middle of the night, leaving all the children's belongings on the sidewalk outside of her home and moved to Idaho to live right next door to her Aunt Lori Vallow. If Melani had any intentions of ever having children with her again, one would think she would have taken their belongings along with her. Some of the belongings included items that were brand new and very expensive. In addition, Melani had over $200,000 at her disposal, and if she was not involved in the attempt on Father's life and felt that Brandon was wrongfully withholding the children or violating court orders, she had sufficient monies to retain counsel at that time. Rather, she chose to flee to Arizona's jurisdiction under the cover of night. Brandon ultimately found out from law enforcement as to the address in Rexburg, Idaho, as to where Melani had moved. Brandon also found out through law enforcement that Melani had remarried merely weeks after leaving Arizona. She is now pregnant with her new husband. Melani did not self-report any of this information to Father. So, Brandon is straight up spilling some tea. He's just laying it all out there. And this is just the beginning. She came out, if we remember Melani's documents, she was accusing him of being a sexual predator and all these crazy things. But she didn't include any evidence to support that. So now Brandon's coming back. Brandon is clapping back pretty dang hard. And so he's saying, he's pointing out she got married rather quickly and that now she is pregnant. And then this one just shows her now. What the hell? So this tweet here says, fly from Idaho to Arizona. Document alleges Melani applied for a U-Haul truck and said she was moving to BYU, Idaho student housing. Boarding passes with Melani and Alex Cox's names show flight to Idaho Falls to Mesa. Private investigator caught them packing the truck on October 31st. So she took off, I believe she took off on the 14th of October, which was just a few days after Brandon was shot at. And then I guess she came back to get all of her crap. So then we get into this hot mess. This is where he starts talking about telling them all about what their belief systems are. And I don't know how many of you have read this. It's going to be hard to get through with a straight face. And I'm trying to watch my mouth, but sometimes my sarcasm gets the best of me and it just comes out because this is going to be hard to read with a straight face or without saying anything crazy. So, oh gosh. Okay, so another exhibit filed by Brandon's lawyers. Sources say they found documents on Ian Pulaski's computer alleging he wrote outline of beliefs of Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow, and Melani. Sources say Ian spoke to the FBI about this. He mentions the 144,000 translated beings and multiple probations. Now, this what they turned in and what they released for us to see is 3 pages of this. So hold on to your hat, guys, because it's pretty weird. Has anybody looked at this yet? I'm kind of curious. Has anybody looked at all this? What is Austin doing? My husband just left to take Aiden home, and my son's texting me, and he's like, when's Aiden coming home? I'm like, didn't you just talk to your dad? Ugh, cheese and rice. Have kids, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Good gravy. Oh, so nobody's read this? You guys are in for it. This is going to be interesting. So we'll read 1 page at a time, and then because it's just, I'm going to have to take a break. I ain't even going to lie. All right, so let's get into this one. Number 1, multiple probations. Minimum of 9 mortal lives to become exalted, but more to become gods. After 2 mortal lives, you can choose to sign a light contract or a dark contract. Choosing light or dark isn't permanent. What in the actual hell? You can choose not to be reborn if you are satisfied with your progress. Veil grows thinner each time you are reborn. Multiple ceilings possible, but males can choose one true spouse or have many. So it alludes to polygamy. Number 2 is translation. Translated means cannot die, cannot reproduce, do not need sleep or food, and do not feel the sorrow of the world. Injury is possible, but healing is accelerated, and it's never fatal. So let's stop right there for a second. Now, we know Lori was telling Charles way back in January of 2019 that she's a translated being. So she's believing this stuff. She cannot die. She can't reproduce. She doesn't need food or sleep. And she doesn't, well, we all know she doesn't feel the sorrow of the world. So, okay. That. Blah, 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 blah. Done in multiple phases and tests, usually lasting 3 days. Upon completing the last phase, the Lord appears to the translated. Can be physical ailment from sexual desire to disease to severe fatigue. Emotional, any emotional or mental ailment. Spiritual, a great test of faith, a time of darkness and doubt. Could be sexual. Possible new phase discovered as husband and wife become more united sexually, possibly increasing power and vibration. Okay, and the last one starts to talk. This one talks about the cops. There are 50 dark translated humans. Detective Hope and Hermosillo have been identified as such. So they're saying that a couple of the cops are dark translated beings. So right, Awen. And now, if Melanie is indeed pregnant, she can't be one of these people. Now, this just page 1, and there's more of this. Like, they released 3. What I received in email is very different. Well, it's just in a different format, but it's the same information. And I think I'm going to take that what I received and this and kind of put it all together. But it's craziness. So, but the reproduction thing, that goes to Melanie. If Melanie's pregnant, what, is she out? Right, Heather. I mean, what the hell? Now we have to think. I don't know who is familiar with Scientology, but L. Ron Hubbard, LRH, he was a science fiction writer back in the 50s and 60s. That's just what he did. He was an author. And eventually he developed Dianetics. And then eventually Scientology was born out of his science fiction stuff. And he's got Xeno and all these aliens and all this stuff that Scientologists believe. But he started as a science fiction writer. And then we look at Chad Daybell, who started writing very young. And when we go through his blogs, you'll see some of these beliefs. He believes he's been able to have visions since at least the early 90s. And he was very adamant that Tammy did not get visions, that she didn't have those gifts. So it's just very, very bizarre. Yeah, like Awen, this is a way of life, and that's what kills me. And like reading, like I've read some of Chad's writings to try to put something together about that, because that is holy smokes. And reading it and knowing that people are looking to that as a way of life, and like looking to. There's one series of his books that people are looking to, like that. It's like a vision, he says, as how the world's going to end and all this, and people are believing his writings. So yeah, Xenu. It's just hey Loria, welcome back. All right, suck it up, guys. We're going to the next one. Okay. You can work under the direction of Satan, Lucifer, and Cain. Okay. This says stats, indication of one's individual spiritual strength. Above certain level, I don't know what 1,000 is, garments are no longer necessary. Higher vibrations can help to thin the veil a little. Libido, indication of sex drive. trusted. Indication of how someone can be trusted. I mean, what the son of a gun. Light dark percentage. Indication of how much light and darkness dwell in one's body. Now, when Melanie started hanging out with Lori and this group in the fall of 2018, that's when Melanie started saying that she was starting to figure out that Brandon was dark and different things. So this light dark thing is bizarre. Okay, now we're getting into the zombies. So hold on to your hat. Human bodies that have had their original spirits forced from them and have been possessed by either a demon, original third of the heavenly host who followed Lucifer, disembodied spirit, once living humans who have been chosen not to be reborn into another probation, or a worm/slug, creature controlled by Lucifer that enters the body to control the host. Spirits can be pushed from their bodies during traumatic events or deadly injury. Spirits pushed out are trapped in limbo as the bodies they're tied to is still living but cannot be occupied by them anymore. Spirits trapped in limbo cannot progress to a new mortal life and cannot re-enter their existing body. The only way to move forward is to await the death of the current possessed body. This is an illegal action against heavenly law performed by the possessor. What in the actual flip-flop does that mean? No, teleportation and portals. Now, this is serious stuff, man. When translated beings are needed, they may, with the Lord's permission, teleport to the necessary location to perform their assigned duties. Are you kidding me right now? You mean you're going to just snap your fingers and God's going to be like, yep, I'm going to shoot you over here, take care of this, and come on back? Get the hell out of town. Dark and light portals. Physical objects all around us have ties to the spiritual world and can open portals, gateways of both light and darkness, through which light and dark entities may pass. I can't. Okay, here we go. Church of the Firstborn and the 144,000. The Church of the Firstborn is a higher organization in God's church in its truest form on earth. The mysteries of God are revealed to those who become part of it. Terrestrial blessings and locations begin to be revealed to members. Doctrines add to, but do not replace, those of the Church of LDS. Prophet of the Mormon Church presides over the general congregation, while others are called specifically to run the Church for the Firstborn. Multiple branches throughout the world. 144,000 are called to bring to pass all signs of the second coming of Christ. Multiple groups specializing in different powers and activities. Chad and Lori's group specialize in healing and music. So let's let that soak in a second. We're going to put the zombie one back up. Let me find you guys. I need to see chat. I couldn't see chat for a second. Can you imagine a judge? And I mean, there's more. We're going to read some more that actually Ian's ex-wife put out throughout there. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And this is... So I'm wondering... Because if we go back to page 3 here. Oh, as soon as I get it down. The Church of the Firstborn. Is that what they're referring to themselves as? Church of the Firstborn. Because we've never been really able to find a name. Now, this is just speculation. I just want to know what you guys think. Because we never found anything that... with a name on it, but this Church of the Firstborn is new to me. So I'm wondering if you guys think that could be their, their name. Exactly, Laura. They don't have any gifts. And Laura, by the way, thank you for checking on me in the comments. I really do appreciate that. And like I said earlier, it's just been a different week adjusting to the new normal. And so when we're done here tonight, I am going to answer every single comment like I always do. And I'm going to get back on track, I promise. So I'm just wondering if this Church of the Firstborn, because I really like to look into that name and figure out what that's associated with. I would really like to do that. Now their portals and all of that stuff, if that's what they believe, get on with your bad self. I guess she believes she can transport and go see Chad from jail or whatever. I don't really know. I don't mean to be to laugh and be disrespectful. People can believe whatever the hell they want. But when your belief system turns dangerous, that's a problem. And that's where we are with this. It's exactly where we are. And that's a problem. You know, Loria, I had heard that he did have like an excommunication hearing, but he did not show up. But that is just rumor. I can't confirm that. So I'm not really sure. Lori, well, Lori's firstborn would be Colby. Exactly, Tanya. Julie Rowe, that woman. Okay, Ginger, they have, okay. See, I don't know that much about LDS and some of their offshoots and whatever. I do know, if this was Scientology, I could sit here and talk for days because I really dug into them. But I've not dug into LDS, and see, I've never heard of the Church of the Firstborn, so I was just wondering if that's what they're associating themselves with and what that is about. And I have to apologize. It's been rainy and weird here. That's spring weather, and I get really bad allergies, so my nose is starting to sound funny again, so I apologize. As of right now, Awen, the last place that there's any visual sighting of Tylee is September 8th at Yellowstone. There are pictures that were taken from Lori's iCloud account, and it was determined that September 8th that she was at Yellowstone and nobody's seen her since then. But JJ was seen and up to school up until September 23rd. And here's the thing about September 23rd, guys. Now, I'm really weird about dates, and when I finally get my whole timeline done of Chad and Lori meeting up through the end of 2018 all through 2019, you guys are going to die. But I'm really big on dates, and I try to figure out where everybody was. In the email that we have about all of this zombie crap, it does say that Chad and Lori met on September 23rd, 2018. And then the last day JJ was seen was September 23rd, 2019. I get really weird about dates. So I'm just wondering what the significance of September 23rd is. I don't really know. I would like to know. Those are the kind of things that interest me. I'm with you, Janae. Absolutely. It is, and it could just be absolute coincidence, but I'm really weird about dates. I remember dates of everything. It's just one of those things. And like, we all know that Lori disappeared for almost 2 months in early 2019. And I had tracked at least 3 times that she was with Chad during that time, which is interesting to me. I still haven't figured out what she spent all that money on, but I have kind of tracked people down. I've tracked Jason Mao down a little bit to try to figure out if all these people were meeting up here and there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I want so Jason Mao, if you guys listen to the Time to Warrior Up podcast that I posted last week, Jason Mao is the gentleman who's speaking. He does have videos on YouTube, and here I will I'll post it here in chat, and you can just watch them. And he talks about like he wrote these books, and he gave like Moroni and a bunch and some other where is it? There it is. Is this the one? Yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get you the right one. But he wrote these books and gave all of these people, oh, thanks, Kayla. You're the best, man. I tell you, you are a kick-ass researcher. But he gave all of these prophets, he made them a character and gave them powers and did whatever. And so I thought about using some of his videos when I talk about him, but I just don't want to credit. I don't want to have to credit him, let's just say. Yes. Yep. Moroni. Oh, Emily, I dig for the craziest stuff. I like the weird little oddities. Like that date bugs the hell out of me. I'm not even gonna lie. But so you can watch Jason, and actually he puts on a pretty good presentation. I'm not gonna lie, he's very entertaining, but his message is not something I'm down for. Okay, so let me make sure this is page 1. I mean, she wrote a novel. All right, let me make sure. All right, so before we go on and read what Ian's ex-wife had to say, did anybody have questions or something else we want to talk about? They took what down, Loria? Every time I see something, I grab it right away because it does go down very fast, including documents and communications. And a lot of times the communications I won't put out here, I won't talk about, because if I can't verify them, then all I'm doing is spreading a false narrative. And that's just not how I roll. So, but all this stuff has been submitted as evidence in court. So, yeah, no, Jason Mao is not in court. Okay, let me take a drink because this is a novel, but we're going to check it out. I wonder what Melanie's due date is. Because if they got, I mean, I don't think she's got time to have that baby before the end of the world. Actually, you know what's funny, Loria? I was looking for something in my analytics in YouTube. And, oh, here, I can actually show you because I have this cord up. And I discovered that a vow was actually one of my, they actually came to my, where the hell did I post it? I don't even remember. I have to find it. But they are one, oh, I don't know where I posted it. Don't mind me, I talk to myself when I look for stuff. Where's search? We're just going to do it this way. This would be there, like for, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. But they actually are, there's traffic coming from their website to this channel, which I find interesting. Oh, forget it. I give up. I'm not doing it right now. Anyway. Phew. All right. Are we ready to read this, guys? Prop your feet up. It's long. It is long. And then on East Idaho News, there's some more information regarding this. So we're just going to dump it all out there tonight and soak it all in and talk about it because it's insanity. All right. Okay. Wait, hold on. I got to tell you what this says. It says, just spoke to Natalie Pulaski, ex-wife of Ian. She says she found this document on a computer he brought her on February 16th. She believes he wrote this letter. Melanie had been told by Chad and Lori that their children had been possessed and become zombies. So Melanie is saying that Ian wrote this stuff down about Melanie. Now, if we remember back in previous documents, they were talking about Ian's statement and things that he had said that weren't exactly in Lori's favor. So Oh, Heaven's Gate was, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, Heather, isn't that funny when you can look at all these cults and you're like, oh yeah, that one is way more. If you can compare them and be like, that one is way more believable, we can totally deal with that. All right, so here is what Ian is suspected of writing. When Melani began sharing all of these things with me, I tried to keep an open mind. I'd only met her 4 days previous, but felt very comfortable around her. I believe there's more to the gospel than what I've seen so far, but I never thought it would sound like this. The ideas seemed harmless at first, and she sounded pretty certain of some of them. She talked about how she'd learned some of these things in the temple and others from Chad and Lori. Upon first meeting Chad and Lori, I didn't get a bad impression of them, but they did seem different. I didn't think anything of that, as I feel like it's fairly normal feeling to experience. I didn't give them much thought, as they said they were planning on taking off and that I'd be taking the reins concerning care of Melani. So they're basically putting him in charge of her, it sounds like, you know, kind of leaning into what I've been speculating, that Chad is kind of connecting members of whatever the hell he's got going on and whatever. Okay, sidebar, back to the story. They said they'd be going to Hawaii and invited me to come visit sometime. Later, Melani explained porting and that they could travel there by that method. What in the hell? The first time hearing all of these new beliefs was a jolt. I was looking for someone spiritual, but this was a leap beyond that into concerning territory. I had fears and doubts, but I trusted Melani and wanted to give it a fair chance. So I continued to listen and ask questions in hopes it would click for me. It never did. There were fun and exciting ideas, but I felt like many of them were ripped straight out of a Dungeons and Dragons manual. Oh, hell. That's pretty funny. Between the stats, accounts of dark and light weapons, and words spoken in blessings, it sounded like someone had created a tabletop RPG based on the Bible. Wow. That is a very good way to put it, Mr. Pulaski. While living something like that appealed to me, I couldn't find anything to confirm it as I prayed and asked. I figured anyone called to something like this would struggle, but how else would they be made aware of things like this? I continued to try to keep an open mind and proceed with caution. Melani began to share that she feared for the lives of two of her children based on a dream she had had where they came to her. They brought her tidings of great joy. Her daughter thanked her for allowing her the freedom to use her agency until the end. This concerned me and made my heart ache for her. I felt there was no way anything could have happened without people finding out. Okay, so before we go to page 2, I'm coming back to chat. How are we doing? Anybody? Anybody have anything to say? Or did I run everybody off? Again, I didn't write this. This is allegedly written by Ian. His ex-wife Natalie discovered it and turned it over to authorities. Now he's going to go on and talk about his marriage and everything. So just checking in, making sure everybody's okay. We're going to hit page 2. Now, mind you, this is 4 pages long. And then we still have all the stuff to read, if you guys want, that's related to this from East Idaho News. Yes, trying to wrap your head around it. Absolutely. I'm going to take all this stuff and put it into a PDF after this, and I'll put it in the description box so you guys can have access to it all the time. And I'll put the link to the Twitter post because it's a lot to handle. Okay, let me get back over here to Twitter. All right. We married faster than any sane couple would, but we both felt it was right. On our wedding night, she began to elaborate on the idea she shared earlier about her children coming to her. She explained zombies and her fears about what Chad and Lori stated concerning the original spirits being caught in limbo until the body's death. She stated that Brandon had been possessed by a demon or another dark entity sometime after June of this year. She was told either through revelation or by Chad that something would happen to him, that something needed to happen to him in order for his spirit to progress and for the Lord's plan to continue. Holy hell. She didn't take well to the idea of her husband dying as part of the Lord's plan, but didn't think action would be taken by anyone. She still loves Brandon and would never wish ill on him. It just sounded to her like it would be something that happened on its own when it was his time. So this is on their wedding night. They're having this conversation. So their wedding night is November 30th. And Brandon was shot at on October 2nd. So, almost 2 months, and she's still worried about, I can't. I just can't. Okay, so we go on. This is where things started becoming concerning to me. So we're about to take a turn, because the rest of this obviously wasn't concerning. And get the hell out of town. I mean, come on. Okay, she shared the idea that Chad and Lori could have directed Al, which is, they call him Al, Alex Cox, they call him Al, to take a shot at Brandon. It wasn't anything she was sure about. The concern began when she was called into the Gilbert PD and asked about Chad, Lori, and Alex after the attempt on Brandon's life. She later was given the impression that the bullet needed to move 5 inches so as not to hit Brandon. Initially, to me, it sounded like this was told to her by Chad. The discussion moved to Chad and Lori's missing children. At that time, only JJ was counted as missing, and the Rexburg PD had conducted raids on Melanie's apartment along with Al. Melanie had been told by Chad and Lori that their children had been possessed and had become zombies. She shared concerns that she'd been told Brandon needed to die, and that may indicate that Tylee and JJ needed to die as well. She told me she was worried that Al may have had to take care of the kids. She explained that Al had great faith and never wavered in his trust in the Lord. No task would be too difficult or great for him. That is terrifying, in my opinion. When I asked for clarification, she restated her concern verbatim. That part where she talked about the kids and then Alex would just do anything and it was no concern to him. I don't know. That pisses me off. I'm sorry. It just, I can't stand it. Okay, but there's more. Hold on, dear hat, guys. At that point, I became severely worried, but told myself there's no way I just married into a situation so sinister. I spent the next 2 days trying to justify my actions and reassure myself that everything was fine, but I couldn't get to that point. My ex-wife, Natalie, had been asking for Melanie's name so she could check her out on social media and get an idea of who she is. Melanie had been adamant that I not share her full name with anyone for fear that Brandon may locate and harass her. I couldn't justify that and eventually gave Natalie Melanie's full information. On Tuesday, December 2nd, I got a call from my mother. She had just gotten off the phone with Natalie. When we divorced, Natalie made a point to cut herself off from my entire family and hadn't spoken to any of them for at least 8 months. She had made as little contact with me as possible, but hadn't been unkind since the initial conflict of the divorce. My mother told me she had just received a video from Natalie. Natalie was terrified. She managed to reach Brandon through his business and heard his side of things. She had been told Melanie was in a cult and that she had tried to have him killed. While I didn't and still don't believe she had anything to do with his attempted murder, I was still terrified at the possibility. The next morning on the way to work, Natalie called and we were discussing how to handle this in order to keep our kids safe. She told me she'd be going to meet with the police. I told her I'd go along and lay out everything I understand. I saw 2 possibilities. The first was that Melanie isn't who she thought she was, and I kept myself and my family out of a dangerous situation. The second was Melanie has been taken advantage of, and I'm going to get her out of a messy situation and get her healed. So this guy, they're married on November 30th. So just 2 days later, his mom's calling him up and being like, hey, what the hell's up with your new wife? Yeah, Loria, I mean, they gave Alex a lot of power. Absolutely 100%. And then, because Alex knows everything, I want to know so much about what happened to Alex. So now we're going to get in and talk about JJ and Tylee some more. Then we're going to get in and talk about Zulema. So we've got to finish this big page, and then there's another one. So when meeting with the police, I intended to share things as I understood. Detectives Hope and Hermosillo were present along with the FBI agent named Ricky. I've since shared all of my concerns with Melanie. I've gotten clarification on some of them. What I shared with the police were the ideas that Chad, Lori, and Alex may have planned shooting at Brandon, and that Tylee and JJ may be in serious danger if Melanie's fears have any validity. If shooting at Brandon was indeed based on the idea that he was no longer actually Brandon and needed to die as part of the Lord's plans, then the kids' lives could be forfeit based on the idea that they're not really Tylee and JJ anymore. I shared that Melani had concerns about them participating in the shooting and was against anyone trying to hurt him. She couldn't see them doing these things, but she also knew that they would follow the Lord's will as they saw it. That's ridiculous. I shared ideas about earthquakes being prepared in Salt Lake City, and it was believed that there would be a time when the quakes hit that many possessions would occur that were due to high number of injuries there would be. Such a thing would be a huge threat to God's plan and would need to be dealt with directly. Here we go. Get ready. Alan Zulema stayed in Las Vegas and were preparing earthquakes at the time I spoke with the police. I shared concerns for the safety of my kids and Natalie. I offered help in any way I can. I then allowed them to pull data from my phone. I met with them again the following afternoon and restated what I knew for a few other detectives, Lieutenant Ball and another FBI agent named Travis. They shared some mild concern about me potentially spying for Chad and Lori. I explained that I was there because I was concerned primarily for the safety of my kids, and that I wanted to get Melani out of this if possible. They gave me a recording device that looked like a thumb drive on a keychain. My plan was to record anything I thought could help locate Tylee and JJ, locate Chad and Lori, and understand what happened when Brandon was shot at. If I thought Chad and Lori were going to be calling, I'd turn on the recorder and just let it run until they hung up. I don't feel that anything substantial was recorded, as Chad and Lori never talked about their kids or their location. Most of the conversations consisted of everyone commiserating about the current circumstances, discussing religious ideas, and just catching up. In addition to the recordings, I would talk with Ricky, and he'd let me know about things that may come up in the conversation. He was never specific, but would give me enough information for me to know when it came up. These tips turned into Tammy's body being exhumed and Al's passing. So, Ian, Melani's husband is really, all right, her new husband, Ian. If all this is true that he's writing, he's sinking her ship all by himself, but yet he's walking into court with her just a couple weeks ago, holding her hand. Now they go back to court on Thursday, Brandon and Melani. So we're gonna have another show, and then what's gonna happen? So Nate Eaton has released the enhanced footage from the storage locker, which is awesome. And they're pretty sure that on October 2nd, it was Chad. And you can go back to my older videos, the first storage locker video I did that last week of January. I was very adamant there's no way that was Alex, because he was with Tammy. I 100% believe that. So we had that happen. And then Ian's coming through and just tearing down their house of cards. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And see, now we know that when they were in Hawaii, they did have contact with people. And they were still, what did he say? They were current circumstances, discussing religious ideas, and just catching up. I don't know. So we've got this last paragraph and another page. So on December 19th, Detective Hermosillo contacted me and told me they had another warrant for Al's apartment next door. He asked if I'd give them the code to the garage so they would have to break the door in. I shared the code. I didn't see any reason not to. They went in with forensics teams and looked for evidence of JJ having been there. Melani saw them there and spent the afternoon at my apartment. That night, I went to the apartment and looked around to see what they had been doing and if they'd taken anything. I also wanted to see the warrants to understand what they'd been looking for. After looking around, I went to see Melani at my apartment. I finally broke down and told her that I'd spoken with police and that I don't believe any of this. I didn't know how she would react, but I couldn't hang on to the stress anymore. Of course, she was hurt, feeling betrayed, but she reassured me that she loves me and understands why I did it. At that time, I didn't share that I'd been recording anything. I wasn't sure if we'd hear from Chad or Lori again. Over the following week, we had discussions on our situations, and I came to understand things a little better. She was legitimately afraid of the ideas I'd shared with the police and FBI, but they weren't anything she had proof of. As I've spoken with her and dug into the details, I've come to believe that she truly doesn't know anything about who shot at Brandon or where the kids have gone. She has only what-if scenarios that she shared. I'm worried that I jumped the gun and have sent the authorities on yet another wild goose chase, along with prompting them to light up the national media with pieces of what I've shared. My intent was to protect my family and help solve the case of the kid's disappearance, not smear anyone in the public eye. I certainly didn't want to give Brandon any ammo to hurt Melanie any more than he already has. Give me a damn break with that. I still have my doubts. Primarily, why not turn to police first instead of disappearing if you claim your life is in danger? Why leave your innocent niece here to clean up the mess and encourage her not to cooperate with the authorities? Why encourage her not to fight for her kids? Her ex-husband now has temporary sole custody as a result. Why not simply provide proof that the kids are okay and put an end to this insanity? Isn't it odd that the two detectives assigned to your case happen to be two of the Kane's dark 50? Everyone trying to do their job and save these kids are either evil or deceived. Your kids are missing, and it doesn't come up once during a handful of lengthy conversations. There are so many more that I have. I don't ever want to have anything to do with these two after this. Damn. Melanie has been put through the ringer because of their paranoia and now is in the hot seat because I went to the police and tried to help. I know she's done nothing wrong and I want her free from this. I will no longer openly cooperate with the police or the FBI, but I will through a lawyer. My final straw was when I received a call on Friday from Ricky where he threatened charges of lying to a federal officer and or being an accessory in the disappearance of Tylee and JJ because Melanie couldn't clearly answer questions about the religious aspects of the investigation. After I shared my doubts with her, her world was shattered. She couldn't answer those questions because she doesn't know what she believes about those things anymore. There was so much information dumped on her by Chad and Lori that she can't remember where she learned them from. From the podcast she listened to on her own, a 20-year-old veteran FBI agent throwing a hissy fit after one shaky interview tells me all I need to know about how they want to handle this. She didn't trust authorities before because of how poorly they treated her when she went to pick up her kids with court order in hand. So, that is apparently what Brandon has to say about our friend, whatchamacallit, Melanie. He's not very happy. So, all right, let me get back to you guys. Let's see. What's shaking, Bagans? Oh, shit. I almost knocked somebody out. I mean to do that. Let's see. Hey, Caitlin, we were just reading, so Brandon Boudreaux and Melanie Pawlowski go back to family court, and I believe it's next Thursday for another custody hearing. And today Brandon filed, or yesterday, I believe. Was it yesterday? Yes. Yesterday, Brandon filed basically his response to the claims that she made last week, which were ridiculous. And he also included some documents in regards to their belief system and what he thinks about it and what he was able to determine through his conversations with Melanie. So he doesn't sound like he's in a happy marriage. And if she's really knocked up, that's going to be pain. Let's see. I think dude better cancel his life insurance policy. Otherwise, he may be Max Steven zombie. You know, I mean, it's convenient. All of a sudden, all these people are zombies and they got to go. It sounds like it, Heather. It sounds okay. So that was Ian's writing. So him trying to save his wife, saying she was brainwashed and she had all, you know, I don't buy it for a second. But hey, Tremaine, how are you? We were just talking about Melani Boudreaux and Brandon Boudreaux and what kind of craziness they've got going on in their custody battle. Which, okay, oh, I know what I was going to say before. With the storage locker, I lost my train of thought. When they said that, when Nate said that was probably Chad on October 2nd. Hold on one second. Somebody's coming down the stairs. Okay, never mind. Now, remember last time they went to court, Melanie's lawyer did that little interview where he was talking about Melanie has confirmed that's Alex. She has known him all her life. She knows what he looks like, blah, blah, blah. Melanie was the only person on the planet that could confirm that was Alex. They're the only ones that ever said it. And now it's widely believed that is Chad. So I have a feeling the reporters are going to be all over this lawyer come Thursday to ask questions about that. Like, okay, now we kind of know it wasn't Alex, and Melanie might need to get her eyes checked, you know. So I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Right. And I mean, all these things she's done. And then of course she trespassed twice. One night she got a warning, the other night she got arrested. And then Alex bailed her out the next day. So I mean, it's not like she's been on the straight and narrow at all. I mean, she is a Looney Tune. Looney Tune. Let's see. Oh, Heather, I'm glad you said that. Okay, guys, I have something for you. So I was talking to somebody. We were talking about getting rid of. Where is it? Where is it? I think it's this one. We were talking about Lori getting a new judge and blah, 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 blah. Look at that. The Hangouts. Yep. Okay. And somebody on Reddit made this comment, and it's totally relevant, and I'm pretty excited they did it. So hold on, let me get the picture. I had to transfer it from my phone. Let's do type. Would be so helpful. Sorry, I'm not watching chat very well. I'm trying to find stuff. And I want you guys to know that after every live, like the next day or so, I watch the whole thing and read the entire chat and make sure I got all of your questions. So don't for a second think. If I miss it right now, I see it later. Downloads, what do we call that? Right here. Zoom in. What the hell on me? Okay, I've got something. So anyway, I was talking to this gal on Reddit about the lawyer situation, and she happens to be a lawyer, and this is what she, hold on, as soon as I find out where it is, this is what she shared with us. So what is this called? Okay. As soon as I get it, you guys will see it. Let's see. Because I think it's pretty interesting. Okay. Oh my God, my phone's going crazy. All right, let me zoom this in so we can see. All right, 1 second. Sorry. So she writes a comment and she says, I'm a former criminal defense attorney. During my time as a public defender, I represented a few people who had belief systems like Lori, meaning they believed they were following some higher law and would not participate in our legal system, even when it was in their best interest. Those defendants were impossible to represent. There were times, even as a public defender, I had to withdraw because there was no way for me to do my job ethically. I predict Lori will have a hard time keeping an attorney on her case. It would not surprise me if she ended up representing herself. And then I responded to her and asked if I could share this. I thought this was very interesting. And I'm curious. I think Means is probably the one who is doing whatever she says. You know, she says jump, he says how high. And I think the other two probably actually had a plan. And I think she was in her own mindset. So I thought that was an interesting scenario, that they couldn't practice ethically, which I could totally see. Yeah, Caitlin, I wish you would talk about her kids. I wish we would know something. Hey, Kathy, how are you? You know, when we talked about Gannon earlier, it was all these cases, the crowd I kind of run with online are following. It all involves kids. And JJ and Tylee are the only two kids in all of these stories that are not confirmed deceased. So I just have to hold, we all have to hold on hope that, you know, against all odds, maybe they are somewhere. Just maybe. But they're the only two kids left in the stories that I know that I follow closely, and it's I need them to come back. Like I need that. Now, oh, Loria, about that money. In that document, here, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Which one is it? Where they said Chad had money in the bank. Which one is it? Melani. Okay, it's got to be right in here. Sorry, I'm looking for a document because I want to talk about let me see. Now that money, here's what I'm wondering. Let me pull this up. I'll show you what I'm looking at. What am I looking at? Okay, I'll come over here. Now it says right there in the middle, Chad Daybell as recently as last month possessed approximately $152,000 in a first Hawaiian bank account. Now, what we need to determine is, did he take all the money when they went to Hawaii, or is there still money back at the house? Like, did the kids get money? Did he split it up? Like, I'm curious, because this talks about being in the Hawaii bank. So I'm just wondering if there's another I don't get it. But I also remember that way back in January 2019, when Lori stole the $35,000 from Charles, she transferred that money to two different accounts, neither one that Charles was aware of. So need to do some more digging into where that money might have gone. And with the timeline I've been working on tracking these wackadoos, it would fit in there perfectly. So I would really like to know. Yes, she does, Kathy. And I'm assuming that the Tylee's SSI benefits are directly deposited. That's my assumption. Now, Loria, I've heard that repeatedly, that Tylee was gonna get money at 17. But I've not seen anything that actually confirms that. Let's see. Yeah, 10 Skinner, it's hard to say, but that when that lady wrote that about how they don't work with the legal system, and I could see her being totally defiant and just, could you just imagine? Oh my God. Ridiculous. I could see her acting like that, and I don't know. I don't know, Heather. But it seems to me they are money hungry, and they're not big fans of children. That is scary. But yeah, so I wanted to point this out because it does say first Hawaiian bank account. So he did open a bank account when they got there. But I'm curious to know. I mean, clearly they had to bring a lot of Jack with them. They spent almost three months in Hawaii in beautiful condos that, you know what I mean? Like, they were living it up. You know, going around the island making it rain, but I don't know. Emily, they've not given us anything like that. The only thing that was confirmed on was it March 6th was when Mr. Wood said that they got benefits and they're still being received without the children. But I haven't seen anything about bank deposit. The only bank deposit thing I've seen is the when Lori transferred money out of Charles' business account. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, Kathy, I agree. Charles was totally set up. That I don't know. Just I can't. The down payment for lawyers for closing the down payment. Insanity. I don't know what she could play. I don't think. Let me go over here. Let's stop this for a second. I just don't think for a second she has the. I just don't think for a second she can lie anymore. I don't get it. She's going to continue to do it. All right. I'm trying to see if anything else has popped off while we've been sitting here. No, everything is about COVID right now, which is fine. Okay. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Whew. Thanks, Emily. I don't know, but I wonder how far along Melanie is, if in fact that's true. I know they were fishing over there because I have pictures of them fishing right there at my house. Which is just weird. Oh, is it Loria? That's interesting. Huh. I'm trying to think what else happened this week. This week has been kind of for me anyway. Been busy. Oh, hold on. We do have something else we can talk about real quick. Soon as I hit the right button. That's what they turned over. Hold on, what's this? Okay, why would she sign that? Son of a bugger. I give up. I don't want to start reading that other one because it's fairly long as well. I'd like to see if this actually goes live. All right, I gotta get back to the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to ignore you. I promise. Let's see. No, Heather, I cannot imagine what this trial is going to be like. It's going to be a disaster. I was thinking, I was wondering if Mallard, because every judge is different based on what their decorum can be in their classroom. Mallard might not allow it to be filmed at all. You never know. Okay, let's see. Someone's under makeup and Botox. Okay. Oh, okay. I was scouring Twitter to see if anything new came up about this from anyone, but that's all we saw earlier today. Let's see what we got going on over here. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is pretty much a summary of what we just read, so we really don't need to go through that, in my opinion. Let's see. Huh. Interesting. Heather, I would just love to be a fly on the wall. Love to. Well, thanks for coming, Laura. Enjoy your dinner. Like I said earlier, I think everybody's going to become a great cook. Learn how to make some stuff from scratch now. Okay. Sorry, I keep reading. That's rude. All right, guys. Well, we're at an hour and 15 minutes, so we covered all that craziness. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions because all the familiar faces are here. I love you guys. So I was thinking, since we're all on this, lockdown or whatever the heck you want to call it, and you're not the only one, I'm wondering if we should try to maybe do a short little live once a day and talk about something and just check in on everybody, or do you just want to keep it kind of business as usual? Because I'm pretty much game for anything. So, and then Paul, are you still here? Let's see. He's an hour ahead of me, so he might not be. Oh, well. Let's see. We got. All right, we need. What's your name? Good. Okay. Sorry. Now. Yeah, a daily chat. And we also, my friend Awen has a really kick-ass podcast you need to check out. She started now to upload it on YouTube, but it's on other platforms as well. She tells like a personal story, not it's so damn interesting. So I'm gonna stick Awen's link right here, and always check Awen's description box because she always has goodies in there. That's Awen channel right there. I'm trying to think. There you go. Phil and Justin on the Gannon News. Let's see. Awen, did you want to come on? The link to come on is in Discord in the Gannon room. Yeah, exactly. Cece does it every morning, which I think is awesome. Let me get her. Let me put her link in here too. Cece just does. It's like a little morning show. Literally, have your first cup of whatever, and then it's just perfect. I just love it. So let me find it, and we're gonna put Cece in there. Let's see. Well, YouTube's notifications are so jacked up. I gotta see if I can even find it. Time is it now? So it would have been about 12 hours ago. Let's see. Where is she? God bless America. I can't find her. You get these links and YouTube. Can you email it to me? Yes, Heather, I can. One of us can. Oh yeah, Laura, I still want to do like video, like, the normal videos. Yes. Oh, all these links will go in the description box. When the lives are set up, they're set up on StreamYard, which is, there's Awen, a different platform than YouTube. So when you enter in your like description of your video, it's a totally different setup. So like right now, I think the description box is very bare, but I will add everything that we've talked about in like the documents and all the links we're sharing now to this. So we have it. What logo are we talking about?
I think the one you're using, the Justice for Gannon.
Yeah, that is actually what's on the t-shirts that they were selling. The iron steel is something, I forget their name, but anyway, I ordered a t-shirt, so I wish it would get here. They said they're delayed because they got a lot more orders than they expected, so which is not surprising. So what's up with you, Miss Awen?
Well, today took a turn. I was not expecting that Gannon news today, and it was very hard to hear.
Right.
Like a lot of people, this case has gotten under my skin like none other so far. So that was a bit rough. So I had a lot of downtime just processing that. And I can't move because I had my session with my trainer this morning, and I think I'm kind of dead. I might be a zombie myself. I could very well be a zombie. Yeah.
Get out of town. Okay. So Miss Awen here. You just did the one this morning, right? You haven't put up one this evening. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I'm just seeing that right before we hold on. Stop. Don't play because YouTube's gonna yell at me for touching your stuff. Which I didn't touch your stuff. Let's see. So Miss Awen is on a weight loss journey for anybody that doesn't know. And Miss Awen is kicking this weight loss journey's ass. Miss Awen also has a really kick-ass podcast. Let's see. Let's go look at this. Let's see. Here's the link to her channel. Maybe if it goes. There we go. There's Miss Awen's channel. She has Toxic Bliss, which is her how do I word this?
Story about surviving narcissistic abuse.
There you go. What she said. Just what she said. So, and then she also has Mindful and Fit, which shows her working out and doing different stuff, which she has come so far. Let's see. Let's go here.
I've lost 75 pounds since last September. And this whole lockdown thing is like, I don't want to lose my momentum. I don't want to gain any weight. I don't want to sit on my butt for a month, So I hired my trainer to come out and do personal sessions with me here where I live because the gym is closed. Because I can't handle gaining that weight back. But I'm so tempted to just be like, I'm just going to sit on my couch, watch TV, eat pizza. Yeah, lockdown, But I can't do that. I can't let myself do it. So,
right. Oh, Laura said she's still waiting for season 2.
Yeah, well, I got to finish season 1. That's not done yet. There's still 4 or 5 more episodes coming. So
now back in the fall, she was doing these 3-minute mindfulness things. These are the most kick-ass things I've ever heard in my life. And I don't know why Awen doesn't work for like Audible or somewhere where she could just speak to you all day because wowzers, it's beautiful. Like you just get sucked in. But these 3-minute mindfulness things are there on her playlist page. I always like those. So that's okay.
I hear beeping everywhere.
Well, my phone is going off, and I thought I turned off notifications.
My oven is going off too. I'm like, what?
And everything's like, ding, 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 we're ready. So that is Miss Awen's channel. I definitely invite you guys to check that out and encourage her on her weight loss journey. It is amazing, and she gives you tips of things you can do at home to kind of keep yourself busy because we're all going to be like this week's not so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like we're just kind of like, oh, cool, we're just chilling out. By this time next week, we're all
gonna look crazy. Yep.
Exactly. So we're gonna have to try to try to come up with some plans now.
Yeah, I'm really trying to to be very real about my weight loss, and I'm showing you me working out, which that's not pretty. Don't think it's going to be attractive to watch. It's not, but it's like, this is real. If you're my size and you're like, I can't work out. Yeah, you can. If I can do it, so can you. Let's do it together. It's hard and it sucks, and I cry and whine and fuss and moan, but it's real. So, I don't want to be one of those weird people that spend $50 on a workout outfit to look pretty and edit the video so you don't see my fat rolls and stuff. It's like, nah, you gotta see what's real, man.
Exactly. Real life, that it's relatable.
All right, Emily, I will do a specific core exercise video for you this week. Just for Emily. That's actually a good idea. If I do one video for, here's your upper body workout, here's your core workout, here's your lower body workout. That'd be good.
And I like your videos because they're like 6, 7, 8 minutes. They're short. So it's not like you're throwing out a 45-minute workout. It's like, here, this is all you have to do. Blah,
yep. Yeah, I don't want you to, nobody wants to sit there and watch me do squats for 20 minutes. Believe me. So it's like, all right, here's how you do it. Okay, go do it yourself. Don't look at me.
Right. now, Heather, you really need to listen to her podcast. In the description box, she does have it listed on like podcast platforms, but now she's uploading it on YouTube like one a day. I think I get the notification at 10 a.m. Central Time every day. I believe that comes up. Like
that was Denise's idea.
It comes up. So you can now find it everywhere. And I definitely when I talk to Heather outside of YouTube, she's super cool. So excellent. She's definitely, she's like, oh my God, I'm so glad I found you. So that's perfect. So I'm glad that.
Yeah, Heather, I have CPTSD from that abuse. I'm still dealing with it 15 years later. I don't think we'll ever be really free of it, but we can manage it. So
what do you want to know, Loria? Loria said she wants to know something. What do you want to know?
Okay, 90 pounds after bringing my blind dad back to doing CPR. Woo. That is PSD inducing.
Wow.
Yeah. Food is, it is comforting. We can't, disavow that. When you eat food, it releases chemicals in the brain. It makes you feel safe. It doesn't leave you. It doesn't betray you. It doesn't lie to you. It doesn't get sick. Food is always there. It's a huge emotional thing. But in order to overcome that, you've got to separate the emotions from the food. And that's not easy to do. It really isn't. That usually requires some pretty intensive therapy. That's a rough thing to deal with because food, it does make you feel better. When was the last time you ate an ice cream sundae and didn't feel good, or pizza or something? Lori, when I started, I was 367. So I'm now 292. So, if you start with me in my very first video, you'll see how I moved at 367. It wasn't fun or pretty.
And it took me days to get her to put herself on film. First, she's like, I'm just going to talk about it. And I'm like, she's like, I'm not putting myself on camera. I'm like, put whatever part of it. Like if you're doing something with your arm, only show your arm. Do just baby steps. And then out of nowhere one day, here she throws this video up and I'm like, holy crap, look at her go. Like it's been neat to watch her. And it's not only her weight, it's her personality. She's gained this confidence. She's become a different person in the last 6 months in a good way. Like the confidence level, like the don't be a puss. I tell you, I'm going to have that put up. But like your confidence level and you're just like, yeah, I'm going to go do this. I don't know.
And it's true. Denise always says, don't be a puss. And the other day I went out to the playground because I feel like a kid. I have all this energy. I just want to go and play. And I had to go to the playground. My husband's like, you're 48 years old. It's like, I'm going to the playground. So I went to the playground.
Get off my back.
And I'm sitting on the slide and I was scared because it was a high slide. And I do not like heights. And all I could hear was Denise saying, don't be a puss. All right. So I went and I was like, yeah, that was great. So I'm having so much fun. And remember, 6 months ago, I couldn't walk more than 10 steps without a walker having to sit down.
She had something going on in her life where she really needed to leave the house. She needed to go take care of something.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her and literally she was in tears and she's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then finally she did it. And I somewhere around the first of the year, I sent her a message on Discord. I'm like, you know what I've noticed? And she's like, what? I'm like, you're not bitching about walking anymore. There was a time where she was like, I can't even get up to go to the bathroom. Which I'm not trying to spell your personal business, but now she's like, I'm going to the damn park. I'm going down the slide. So it's possible. So it's pretty exciting.
It is possible. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not easy and it hurts. This is pain like I haven't felt in my whole life. You know, like my trainer this morning, he wiped the floor with me and I don't know how I'm going to get off my chair and get to bed because it hurts that bad. But the pain goes away in a day or two. And then you're like, whoa, I feel like I can run now. You know, it's worth it. It sucks, but it is so worth it. So I'm just having a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
It's also a good stress reliever, you know, because the whole Gannon thing today, tomorrow on my workout, I'm going to be thinking about that. And when you physically exhaust your body, the stress goes too. It's kind of like magic.
Yeah. That whole Gannon thing just makes my head spin. Like when we got done earlier and I went my way, and the whole time I was driving up there, I was listening to Steve Lookner talk about CV.
Yeah.
And
I love him.
I had him playing, you know, Bluetooth in the car, and I wasn't even paying attention. All I was thinking about was how in the hell did she get him to Florida? That's the only thing that was going through my head. Like, I need to know, how did that work?
Yeah, it seems from the discussions on Reddit, and people are really picking apart all the text messages and things we've seen over the last 6 months. And it seems that Harley was flown to South Carolina, and for some reason there was a problem at the airport, so T had to drive. And Gannon's body was found in a suitcase. That's confirmed by Landon's aunt tonight.
Yeah.
And so she probably just had him in the car in a suitcase. Are you kidding me? Was she going to put him on the plane if she got on? I mean, what? It's like, I don't know. The horror, my mind can't wrap itself around that horror.
Right. I'm trying to. Can you put in a Discord link?
Yep.
Because I can do it from my phone, but I have my phone open to chat because I was looking at other stuff real quick. And I can work Discord so much better on my phone than I can the computer. Yep. But
there's a link to Discord.
Come in and hang out in Discord because you're 24 hours a day. There's always somebody in there.
And it's free, and it has free voice chat, so you can go and chat with anyone you want, anytime you want. It's not too hard to use. We can teach you.
Yeah, and let me hold on one second.
Good night, Laura.
Good night. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Let's see. Jason, what did he write? Breaking news. Oh. Okay, that's not what he needs. Somebody just asked if Landon has said anything. Let me go to Facebook. Let me go to her Facebook and we will see real quick. There we go. Because she was posting earlier. So let's see if she has anything to say tonight.
While you're looking for that, I was freaking out to my husband about how much I want some pizza crust. I don't want the crap in the middle. I just want the crust. I want it so bad. I'm obsessing for days. So my daughter made me this low-carb pretzel bite type things. They're very bready, and put a melted garlicky butter over it. And I'm like, oh, you just saved my life. Now I don't need pizza crust.
Yes. Landon has been sharing, so grab a tissue. I should probably stop the stream and do a different one, but with everything going on, I don't think anybody cares about the mishmash. You know, everybody's just like, let's just hang out and talk. Who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I usually try to keep things separate, but people want to hang out, we're going to hang out. Okay, so 1 hour ago, Landon wrote this. My thoughts, and I love the Lord. He also got angry. I'm not him by no means when I say that. With what you did to my son, and my nice words, I'm glad we have the DA that we have, and you will pay. Yes, ma'am, you will. And Lord, forgive me, for you said in your word that there is no place in heaven for ones who hurt your children. I don't need details nor a story on what happened to my boy. He is not coming back to me and hold my hand because of you. But one day, yes, we will. Awareness will be made. You've taught me. I love my son, and I love you, son, and I'm sorry. You are innocent and pure, and you are loved. and mommy will be fine because I will make sure justice is served and your story is told the right way. You are forever my hero, and your son, oh my God, and you, son, is what gives me strength because I will not give up or jeopardize your legacy. Forever with you to the moon and back again. Shut up.
Mm.
That was an hour ago. God damn it. And then she posted that we need your help to find, to, see how, one, she was in law enforcement needs your help. As many of you know, a body was discovered in Santa Rosa County earlier this week. It has been identified as Gannon Stout. Investigators believe someone may have seen Letitia in our area during the time frame of February 3rd through 5th, 2020. We know this is asking you to think back quite far. However, any information, no matter how small or insignificant, is crucial. Make sure you submit your information to be as detailed as possible. Thank you for all your assistance during this time. As always, your information is completely anonymous. Your information could earn you up to $3,000. So Landon is posting, I think she has, and then she reposted that again. So Landon is active she is communicating with the public.
That's a good sign. If I were Landon, I think I would be curled up in the back of my closet crying or trying to kill myself or something. I couldn't cope with this. I don't know how she has that much grace to get through this, but I wish I could give her more,
Right. She keeps talking about Gannon as a hero, and she is definitely carrying on that legacy that she believes he has. Her words are very eloquent for somebody going through what she's going through. Like, she can just say things in a way that just, I can't even put it into words. So.
And it's a helpless feeling. Like, what can I do to help her? I mean, throw money at her, that's whatever, but I want to give her that power, that strength, and you can't do that for someone. You just have to let them know that you care.
Right. Absolutely.
And not forget Gannon.
No, I want my t-shirt to come so bad. And we got an email that they did get overwhelmed. They got a lot more. They originally thought it was going to be like local people, and it was like worldwide. So they were like, holy crap. So we did receive an email that said that they expected the turnaround to be like 2 weeks, to print, make sure everything, whatever. And they said it's going to be more like 3 to 4, which is fine. Because at the end of the day, if they got that much support, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, Take your time. They got all that support. That works for me. My shirt will come when my shirt comes. So that's that. You're right, Laura. You can't trust anyone. And that's the scary part. Like, anyone. Like, it's just bizarre.
And Al must be thinking I couldn't even trust my wife.
Right.
The horror of that.
Yeah, Al is going to have this kind of guilt that he's going to have a unique guilt than anybody else. And that's rough for him. And I feel bad. I feel bad for Al for that reason.
Not yet, Emily. Something that maybe once things settle down a little bit, we can think about. Because, let's wait and see what the family wants, what they need. And, maybe we can come up with something just to let Landon and Al know that we're not going to forget their hero.
Right.
Do you have a link where you can order the t-shirts, or can you not order them anymore?
They only did it for a few days.
Oh, that's too bad.
And I can let me find the email. I don't know if I don't believe they talked about doing it again, but I have a feeling they probably will once they get this initial order set up. But I will give you their site. Hold on one second. I'm only trying to do 4 things at once. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I'm not being quiet. My pretzel bites are done, and I'm eating them because they're bread.
I've got things happening, man. Let's see. I did that. Okay, let me find. Let me make sure it's iron something.
Loria, I feel you on that one. I've always said that, I'm against the death penalty in general, not in this case. And if I were Al or Landon, because I'm a hothead, maybe more than they are, but I would be like, I'd be willing to go to jail for the rest of my life if I could shoot her in the head. Yep, go ahead. I wouldn't care. And I can't imagine how they find calm and a peace. Because I don't know if I would be that. I'd like to hope that I could find that, but if someone killed one of my children, I can't imagine finding calm or peace ever again.
Okay, this is the site I'm putting in here for the t-shirts. The logo that you see on the screen for me, that's the logo that was on here. They did it for a short time, but I'm going to give you their website, and maybe if you email them, they can give you some more information when they're going to do it again.
Okay, maybe if we, ask Lyndon after things calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure they're still getting requests, and because they're trying to catch up. Here, let me find the email. Where is it? This actually, I ironically came on the 17th. If you're receiving this email, it's because you placed an order with us for the Gain and Strong collection. We have received a number of emails over the past few days asking for updates and order statuses, so we're writing you to provide you with this update. And they broke down how long, and all the different and so how long will it take? Originally we were anticipating a 2-week turnaround. Now it's going to be 3 to 4. I mean, they're very they're communicating very well. So, and if you live in that area, they are actually asking for volunteers to come and help them pack up the shirts and get them out to people. So yeah, I got one, Heather. Hold on. How are we doing with CB? They're still working as of right now. We are operating as normal. So I guess however their business runs behind closed doors, they're still on it. So I don't know. I don't know. What I'm sad about with Gannon right now is that with all of the social distancing and isolation, it's not going to be allowed for him to have a large memorial, and I just can't. And that is a good question, Loria. Will he be in South Carolina or would he be in Colorado?
I think, depending on how close Landon and Al have gotten, I'm pretty sure they will come to a good mutual decision.
Yeah.
They seem to be really bonding over this and really supporting each other, which is amazing to see.
Let's see. See what we can find and hang out for a little bit.
I was wondering that, Heather, when I watched the one of their press conferences. I was like, oh, I think they're maybe getting together. Maybe this will, I don't know, bring them back together, which would be very interesting. That's one way to heal. Because it does seem that Letitia was the reason they broke up anyway, wasn't it?
That's what I've always heard. I don't really know. She's a homewrecker, obviously.
Mm-hmm. My cat is trying to steal my pretzel bite. Get out of here, man. This stuff is sacred. You're not getting it.
Right?
Yeah, you can make faces at Dave. Go see Dave.
Okay, there we go. Shipwrecker. I don't know, guys. That's It's mind-blowing. We got Brandon talking about zombies and Gannon showing up 1,500 miles from home. I almost dropped the F-bomb in a damn suitcase.
Yeah, I was telling our friend Jess Nelson about the news today because she's been really busy. And I told her they found Gannon. She was like, oh, finally they can have some peace. I was like, well, it's a little more complicated than that.
Right.
And I told her, and she did the same thing we did. Florida, what? WTF? You know, and Jess was prepared. So that was like, okay, yeah, this is a problem. And none of us saw that coming.
No, I would have never guessed that. Not even gonna lie. You couldn't have made me bet money on that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but we were all thinking, you know, how could she have hidden him somewhere where they can't find him? They've been searching all over the state. Now we know.
Right.
Now we know.
That's why I just wonder, like, because the whatchamacallit, the search has slowed down. I'm wondering if they had an inclination that she transported him somewhere. I don't know.
Well, if you look at the witness list, there are FBI agents called from Texas, Georgia, and Florida, and Colorado. It's like, so they may have had some kind of guess about this, that she drove through Texas and Florida. Because why else would there be FBI agents from those areas? You know, I mean, that's kind of a stretch, but it's possible that maybe they were keying into that.
I hear we'll pull out the list real quick. They haven't added the new stuff yet. Let's see. Okay, let me pull this up for everybody. Yeah, Heather. Heather, you're in Houston area, aren't you? I think so. I think that's what I remember. So the witness list is interesting. Very interesting. In many, many ways. Not that I've seen Lori. I don't do Facebook a lot, so whatever. I did see on Twitter that somebody made an account with her name and her picture, and we're trying to be stupid. Which somebody did that for Lori Vallow too. Which whatever. Okay, so let's scroll through this baby. I'll make it bigger so you guys can see it. Oh yeah, that's way better. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Can you guys see now? Is that a lot better?
Yep.
Okay. So this first page seems to be FBI, and you know, everybody's coming out of Denver pretty much on this page. And then everybody, Colorado Springs, Denver, all this is FBI folks. So we get down here, then we have the DEA, their FBI, and then from the sheriff's office, the DEA interests me. We're still on FBI. All these are from Colorado. Again, FBI from Colorado, different sheriff's offices, different police officers. Again, same thing on this page. Eventually here it's going to turn into a...
That's a lot of FBI agents.
Right. Now, these are all from the sheriff's office at Colorado Springs and El Paso County and the El Paso district attorneys. This is all Colorado folk. More FBI. All from Colorado. Okay, so then here we have FBI from North Carolina, Texas, well, Amarillo, Texas, Frisco, Texas, Abilene, Texas. And then we go North Carolina, Shreveport, Monroe, Jacksonville, Florida. Like, what in the actual hell? How did we just hang out in Colorado and then bam, we're everywhere?
Unless she was being followed, maybe, and they followed her down there. That's quite possible.
I mean, Dalton, Georgia, Jacksonville, Myrtle Beach. People from Quantico. So I'd like to know what they sent down to Quantico. That sounds interesting. A lot of South Carolina.
Everett, Washington.
Yeah.
Curious.
That's bizarre. Still FBI, Myrtle Beach, Washington, D.C. They must be the boss or something. Oh, Myrtle Beach. And we're getting into actual people. Now, there are people out there who have, like, deep dive every single one of these people. I am not one of those people who have done that for this case, but people have dirt on all of these people, and they know exactly who they are. What it's
right.
interesting. A lot of people from South Carolina. Okay, now we're getting into more sheriff's offices. Let's see. Police, sheriff's office. Okay, we have an Avis rental car here. Now, and we know it wasn't, she didn't do Avis on the one that we have.
There was Enterprise. I think both of them are on there somewhere.
Yeah, they are. But there's a few different rental car places. And so people were talking earlier, like, did she just take one rental car to the next rental car place and whatever? So remember that one. And then we have, there's Petco. We have the car wash. Now the Nintendo product support specialist. I'm wondering with this, are they trying to track his Switch? Did he take a Switch with him that day? That, in my opinion, that would be what that is for.
And she had time to go to a car wash, really?
Well, apparently, she had to clean the truck. I don't understand. There's Kohl's, Conoco at the gas station, Petco.
Gas station? That's in Colorado Springs, so.
Okay, I was making sure they were from the same Petco. I don't know what water and sanitation has got to do with that. School district folks. There's Avis. Enterprise.
Memorial Hospital Security. Interesting.
Yeah. And I think this Wayne Moore, would that be like a car dealership? That's interesting. The Phillips 66, Conoco, another gas station.
PayPal. I wonder if somebody sent her money or if she sent someone money. Remember, there's that conspiracy to commit murder charge.
Subway. And then we got Coroner. And now that she has all these new charges, there's going to be so many more people added to this. It's going to be ridiculous.
Lena's on there.
I know.
Oof. Oof.
I know. I don't like it.
Mm-mm. Hopefully she won't actually be called to testify. They will take her testimony with a child forensic specialist.
Yep.
Forensic psychologist.
Landon's down here. I mean, they're ready. Landon and Allie, they're ready to go.
Is Harley's name on the list?
I thought it was.
It has to be somewhere.
I thought it was. I don't. Like I said, this is not one I've. Let's see.
Yeah, Loria, that would make sense.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure people said she was on here. We've probably looked at it 4 times to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things when you're looking for, you're not going to find it. But see,
they also could be in talks with Harley.
There she is, Harley Hunt.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I missed chat there for a while.
The waste management, though, that makes me wonder what that's all about. So there's several waste management type people on this list.
Yep.
Like what? Hmm.
Okay. The lady, a good friend of mine does a lot of work with this animal shelter here as well. They have to close their brick and mortar, so they need places for some of the animals to go, to be fostered during this craziness that we're dealing with. So she's texting me now. She's going to find us a dog tomorrow. And that'll give us something to do. Yes, Gloria, suitcase. I can find us an article.
Now there was a report like 2 months ago, or a month ago at least, where someone said some relative worked at a landfill and they were told by the police to look out for a brown suitcase. But that was just some random text. Everyone's like, yeah, whatever. Didn't pay any attention to it. And now it's like, wait a minute. I remember that. Gloria, I hope he was. We don't know that yet. I really hope he was.
I'm looking for an article. There's a lot of stuff I can't watch YouTube.
I have a feeling we're going to get a lot more details the next few days because stuff always comes out. You know that. So it's not going to be fun.
No.
Other than if we hear Letitia got beat up in jail. I wouldn't feel bad.
No. No thanks. What is happening? Sorry, I'm looking. I don't know. I can't find an article about the suitcase that
Yeah, the only thing I found about the suitcase was the post from Landon's aunt and that old post from Reddit. Nothing official at all about a suitcase.
Sorry, I'm eating Fritos. I got a little snack here. They're the only thing I have down here, and everybody's quiet upstairs. I'm not going upstairs to disrupt that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, "What are you doing? Can you do this? Hey, while you're here, blah 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 blah." Okay, close that. Let's make sure. See if Landon updated anything. He hasn't updated anything. I am eating chili cheese Fritos, Gloria. Sorry. I don't know, man. I think that when we find out what she did to him,
Yeah.
I want to know, but I don't want to know. That's the problem.
Well, just what we found out today was so much worse than I imagined. So finding out the actual details of it is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Come on now. That's not bad. Okay.
Yeah, Lori, if you've only lost 9 pounds in a couple weeks on low carb, then get with me on Discord and we'll go over it because there's something wrong. There's a problem there somewhere. Yeah, now's the time to get a $5 plane ticket to Colorado, but I'm not getting on a plane right now.
Right.
Counted over 20 songs.
Oh, hold on.
Threats already.
There's a thing that came up today. We can watch this real quick. I'm just trying to find us something to watch. If you guys want to hang out for a little bit, we can. I don't care. I'm exhausted. Aiden ended up going home. So I'm like, oh, sweet. I get to like really spread out. Like I can. Okay. So let's see. Is that working? Okay. Let me play this.
If it goes to trial, the judge will get to decide if he could see it or not. So,
yeah. Now remember them. They didn't let us see Frazy's case, so we'll have to see. It's totally up. It's up to every single judge. Every judge will make their own decision. So we'll have to see. That's another thing I'm worried about. Not worried about, but I'm wondering about with the Vallow case because now there's a new judge, and this lady is pretty hardcore. I'm hoping that she allows cameras. That she allows the single camera in there. God, I hope so. Because if we stop getting court footage of Lori, I'm going to be really upset. I'm not even going to lie.
night, Emily. Namaste.
Good night, Emily. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for all you do. You're the best. All right, so let's see what they put. This is Fox 31 did this today.
January 31st. This is the first time Letitia Stout talked to the media about her stepson Gannon's disappearance on January 27th, facing away from the camera, talking about the backlash Gannon's disappearance has had on her life.
I am going to be so ecstatic when I'm able to say to people that I hope they have a really sincere apology.
She was the last person to see the 11-year-old and reported him missing. She said he went to go play with a friend that afternoon and didn't come back.
I watched the video. I could slow it down, speed it up.
Neighbor Roderick Drayton spotted a flaw in this stepmother's story while scouring through his home surveillance video and immediately called Fox 31.
And I was like, something isn't right.
He believes this footage from the morning of Gannon's disappearance shows Gannon and Letitia Stout getting into this truck shortly after 10 a.m. But hours later, he says she returns alone without Gannon. Now, El Paso County Sheriff's Office is asking people in the Pace and Pensacola, Florida area if they saw Letitia Stout just days after the surveillance and TV sighting. This week, deputies in Florida reported that a construction crew found a juvenile's remains while working near the Escambia River Bridge in Santa Rosa County, Florida. Calculating the distance from Gannon and Letitia Stout's home, that's nearly 1,400 miles, a 20-plus hour drive. Something leads them to believe the body was in this area of Florida on February 3rd through the 5th. She wasn't arrested until March 2nd in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That's nearly 700 miles from this Florida location where Gannon was tentatively found. That's a 10-hour drive or a 3-hour flight. Between February 3rd and her arrest March 2nd, she spoke one-on-one with me. She never did say where she was, but called several times and sent a number of emails from February 11th to the last one on February 24th. Letitia Stout tells me she feels the need to fill in some gaps in the investigation. On the 12th, we released this statement she sent me, talking about Gannon's disappearance and the impact it yet again had on her. And as you can imagine, Gannon's biological family, they tell me they're absolutely heartbroken by this news. The DA's office did say Letitia has a court hearing scheduled on April 14th. And at this point, they do not believe that the coronavirus outbreak will impact that hearing date. Nicole Fier.
Good.
All right, Nicole.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Heather. Thank God for that neighbor that he took the initiative and he's like, oh, let me see what I can find. You know, thank God, because that's so helpful to prove that he did not come back to the house. But where the hell was he? Or was he still in the truck? That's another thing, Gloria. I have no idea when she left Colorado.
Yep.
I would love to know.
The latest would have been February 2nd if she was in Florida on the 3rd. So that's it. We just don't know. I'm sure somebody knows, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't the case that I deep dived into. And I mean, and I feel it feels unfortunate now because I wish I knew all the things, but
Now, see, Gloria, there's a lot of discrepancy about that, too. She gave an interview right after Al came home, like the day or two after he got home, saying or intimating that he kicked her out of the house. And she said she wasn't allowed to go back to get her clothes. However, several neighbors disputed that on the news, saying that, no, she did that interview after she had already gotten her stuff and she left willingly. And that was probably around February 1st, 2nd. So, you know, that could have been when she left.
I don't know. I just can't believe nobody would realize she was all the way down there. Like,
Yep.
nobody would know she left Colorado. Well, I mean, maybe they knew, but why did I keep an eye on her? And then she came back to Colorado, and then she left for where she ended up in what, Myrtle Beach?
And it seems that she left Colorado, went to Florida, and then went straight up to Myrtle Beach. Because somewhere within those few days was when Harley flew to South Carolina. And then they met up there.
I don't know. I'm very, very confused.
Yep.
I'm very confused.
I really hope that we get to see that hearing.
Yeah. Well, we might get to see her be arraigned on these new charges.
Mm-hmm.
Well, or you know what? Cameramen are not essential people, so I doubt we will. We might get audio.
They can just set up a camera and let it roll. You know?
You would think, but you know, I don't know. I'd be curious. I'm just curious to see how it goes, and I want to know what happened to him, but I don't want to know what happened to him. And I don't know.
Yeah, part of me says we know enough. She killed him. She hit his body. She's in jail. But there's I want those answers.
Right.
You know? I wish I didn't.
Everybody wants the why. Like, why did this happen? How? What exactly do you do? And I was thinking about where's my notes from earlier that we did? We have two references to knives, 2 references to blunt force object, and 2 charges related to firearms. And I was thinking to myself, I mean, he wasn't a big kid at all. He had not had puberty yet and grown, 8 inches in a year. He was a little guy still. And what in the actual I'm really trying not to cuss anymore in here, and it's not hard. What in the actual hell did she do? Like, I cannot wrap my head around the necessity of all of this stuff on him. I can't wrap my mind around it. That's true, Heather. Live PD is searching for a kid. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I can't watch that right now. My brain, I can't handle these kid cases anymore.
I know, and I keep not, like I said earlier when we were and when we did Gavin stuff earlier, I was thinking about JJ and Tylee, and like they're of all these cases, they're the only ones that haven't been confirmed. And I have a feeling one day that's coming, and I just hope that's not true. And it just makes me so mad. Oh, did I spell that wrong? So I don't know. What'd she say? 9-year-old Serenity Denner, South Dakota.
I did, Heather. I followed that. That was a rough one. When the images came out of the guy, her stepdad or something, carrying the laundry basket with a garbage bag in it. Oh my God. That was rough.
What was her name? Hold on. I'll tell you a story here in a second. I need to verify her name. The Valley Park. There we go. God, 2002. I can't believe this. Let me find a good article. So, obviously I couldn't remember the year, but looking it up, this actually affected my day one time. Well, not one time. This affected my day, the day that this happened. Hold on. Wait, which one is it? St. Louis area girl. Okay. We'll just tell some stories here. Share. So it says this happened in 2002. And at this time I worked at a preschool in, this little suburb called Valley Park. And all of a sudden we're like on lockdown. Everything's crazy. We have all the kids, and it's a super nice day. It was in the summer. We're not allowed to. What did that say? July 20 something. Apparently this guy was staying with a family friend was staying with this family, and he got up that morning and took the little girl for a walk down to the creek and killed her. And we were on lockdown in the preschool, and we could see like the woods backed up to where the preschool was. So like you could actually see the FBI. You could see all the investigators. You know how they walk in a line whenever they're looking for evidence? I witnessed that in my eyeball. And later that afternoon, they found her down in the creek. And then it was horrible. She was 6. The kids in our we had school age kids that would come after school, and some of them were friends with her, and that was horrible. And these kids are asking those questions that you don't have answers to. I think this is 2002. This happened here. Excuse me. But he took her and left her down there. So, that night we went to her. Oh shit! Hold on. They set up a memorial. Does this one have a picture of it by chance? No. They set up a memorial at like right outside her house, and her favorite color was purple. So we took some stuff over there and left it. I mean, that one was rough, like to see it, and then to see the little kids affected by it. Like really what it did to them. And like they would ask us questions that were just like, oh my God, and then we have to communicate with their parents, and everybody's like freaking out. It just, I don't know. Things like that. That one has always bothered me. I always think about her. Her name was Casey Williamson.
It does seem like things got a little nuts after the Critch Wasp case. It really does, because we had, Tim Jones Jr. last year. We had the Rosenbaums. We had some really harsh cases at the end of last year. And this year's just been an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, I can't. Like all of the and everything that for whatever reason, everything that we've been following is involving kids, and we need to find something else. We need to start following the dumb criminals, and see how they're trying.
Florida man stories,
right? There was a case in St. Louis in '94, 5 that was so bad I had to stop at a church to pray. I don't know. That's the year that Awesome. I'm trying to think. Awesome was born in '95, so I was pregnant. I had pregnancy brain after. I don't even know what the hell happened. I'm trying to think. It's just ridiculous. I can't understand. I just can't understand this stuff. And then you look at the stuff with the Vallows, like, with the Vallow case, like what we read earlier tonight. It's like, are you serious right now? This is what you believe, and you're indicating that these children are zombies and dark spirits and all of this stuff, and so you need to rid the world of them. I don't understand that. And considering that they were so quick to get rid of Charles, I've always been, worried for them, but it just sticks to you more. And like I said, I've had this information for a long time, that I've read this over and over, and it's just like, you can't be serious, So not that I didn't take it seriously, but because it couldn't be confirmed, it was like, well, it's just a piece of paper, in my opinion. But now, if that's really how they think, and I can't even put it into words. I cannot put it into words. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. What's everybody going to do for the weekend? I mean, our whole life is a weekend.
Same thing I did today, Pinky.
They're going to a point people won't know what day it is. Like, it's just going to be bizarre. Oh, let's see. Uncracked let's see. Melancrot Pharmaceuticals Company is still here. That's what it says. Right off 70. Why? What's up with that place? Exactly, Loria. Like, technology is a criminal's worst enemy. Honest to God. Everyone, have you ever had any weird crime cases, like, very close to you?
Yeah, but I probably repressed a lot of them. I mean, not a lot of crime happens here in the little town I live in, which is nice. But we did have what's his nuts? Israel Keys. He was here in the next town. That was kind of course, I didn't even learn about that till this year when we started going over the Israel Keys case. I was like, what? He was right here when I was. Oh my God. That's creepy. Where I grew up in Connecticut, there were a couple of bodies found in a car in a park once, and that was like the big deal of the year. But there was just some kids that had committed suicide, which is very sad, but it was very creepy. And my mom drove us right down to the park while they were getting the bodies out of the car so we could watch. That was my childhood, Let's go see the bodies in the car. Yay. Come on.
Thanks, Ma. You're the best.
Yeah, that's my mom. So
that's funny.
Yeah. It never seemed weird to me until now when I look back and be like, wait a minute.
Right. Yeah. Like you get Maggie and Maggie like, come on, guys.
We're going to a crime scene. Woohoo. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think I would do that.
Crime scene field trip.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, we're gonna have to get creative here now. I hopefully we don't have to go to field trips for crime scenes.
Yeah.
Heard of
Yep,
the
I have heard of that case, Loria. Paul and I were going to do a podcast on that for Christmas this year, but we decided we just can't. That's not a Christmas spirit thing to do, so
Yeah.
we didn't do it.
Interesting. A guy you went to school with murdered his whole family. Was that in St. Louis? Heather? Don't tell me you went to school with the Fudo. No, in Houston. Okay. So knowing you're from St. Louis, a guy down literally on the same block I lived on killed his whole family since you were here.
Oh, wow, Loria.
Jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
My word. So bizarre. What are they doing up there?
It's best not to know.
I know.
Well, Wayne's home, they have supervision of a sort, right?
Well, it's just Wayne and Gavin up there. Aiden went home.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to go home, which is weird. He never wants to go home. But he is trying. What Aiden's trying to do right now, he's trying to work that system for that damn Sonic toy. And so everybody's saying no for, various reasons. Plus, nobody's just going to the store to go to the store, And so he's working everybody. So I think he just wanted to go home and try to work them.
Yep.
So I don't know, man.
He needs that darn Sonic dude.
He's nuts. He is crazy. That's for sure. Let's see. I don't know. Anybody else got anything? Oh, I know what we could do. You guys want to have some fun because I laughed my ass off last night. So in case you don't know, Jimmy Fallon is on YouTube doing his The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon or whatever. Hold on, let me get to Twitter. So the other night he let's do this. What was it? On Wednesdays he always does like hashtags or whatever. Let me find it. What's it? There it is. My quarantine in 6 words. I laughed my ass off. Let's see. Okay, I'm coming. But anyway, the point is, Jimmy Fallon does that, and it's so cute because his wife is the camera, the camera person, and his daughters do like they like hand draw like the logo or whatever. So he's like, this is my graphic design team. And like he sets his little Chromebook up and like does the sounds of like people laughing and clapping and stuff. I mean, it's really cute. It's only like 20 minutes long every night, but he did one the other night, the hashtags. Let's see. And the hashtag was my quarantine in 6 words. Man, some people are damn funny. I'll tell you that. We can pull some of those up for a minute. No, wrong one. Twitter. Let's see. Let's go.
I think one of the best things I've seen about the hashtag and the quarantine is when we come out of this, teachers are going to start making $1.5 million a year.
Yep. Yep. What, Loria? Oh my God, Heather. No, I have not. Is it on YouTube? Heather?
I love her videos. I'll have to check that out.
Oh gosh, the grocery workers. Those poor people. Cool, we'll check it out. Yeah, we gotta just find fun things to look at, and especially all of us true crime people, because we watch stuff that like takes us like way down, You guys are talking about it, you're like, oh. Wayne had to go up to one of the vendors and pick up some material. And they told him he wasn't allowed to get out of his truck he had to use his own pen to sign their paper. If Wayne were to touch their clipboard, wear gloves. Like, it was bizarre. Wayne said it was the weirdest feeling in the world because normally you get in, go in the office, talk to all the people there that we know, whatever. So it was very weird. And they were talking about the trucks are trying to hurry up and get everything everywhere in case they do stop like transit because they don't want things, being
Right.
cooties being moved around. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, the Pike County murders, the Roden family.
That's
some crazy stuff.
Yes, I was just reading that. That is interesting.
Yeah, we got all psyched up for the first trial, but then she pled instead of actually going to trial. I was like,
Right.
for the next one.
I don't know. Let's see. Holy smokies. Okay, I want to give me 1 second. Cute. That's not bad. Okay, sorry. 8 people. Could you imagine? I don't know. And like the murder suicide that just happened by Paul, that's insanity. And what was that kid in the closet the whole time?
Yep.
My God. I just can't even wrap my head around that.
The trials are all kind of spread out. The first one was supposed to start, like, I think 2 months ago, maybe 3. But then the person that was going to go up first pled or something. So that's not going to trial. The next one is coming up, but who knows when that's actually going to be. So.
Yeah, because right now everything is pretty.
Yep.
On pause.
A lot of that stuff's on hold.
I mean, who would have thought we would be living in a time where grocery store employees are considered essential workers?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, that is just mind-blowing. Mm-hmm. Check that out. Okay, I got a couple ideas. Let me write this down. First one, we did that. All right. Well, all right. I would really like to confirm if Melanie is pregnant. Just saying. I really want to know. People were saying she looked pregnant when she was in court at the end of last month. So we'll see if she's got a baby bump next week.
Hey, feeding it.
What's up? If you imagine, okay, trying to determine like a pregnancy date, but I believe what we just read earlier tonight was Natalie said around February 16th. So, and he was indicating that she was pregnant then. So it didn't take her long. I don't know. Fertile Myrtle. I mean, they each already have 4 kids. They're both, you know what I'm saying? Fertile Myrtle all over. Ooh, C-section. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought too, Lori. That's what this whole thing Chad and Lori are about. It's money hungry and not kid friendly. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
So, well, she can't say it's Brandon's because they separated way back in I believe it was June or July of 2019.
Yeah, it's definitely not his then.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the longest gestation. Well, maybe with this magical religion thing, the gestation period's like a year and a half. So
Right.
you never know.
Right. Who knows? Who the hell knows? Yeah, right. Feeding it. There's a purpose, and their purpose is money. That's what's driving them. So, but clearly they're not getting enough because they're not getting enough money from their supporters. And their supporters don't have enough money to put up the collateral to get her out, which is fine by me. Translated pregnancy. Could you imagine? Well, now she's trying to claim that she's not into this stuff and blah 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 blah. She's not part of it.
Right.
That's gonna be hard to come on now. I'd have something planned out. They had to, I don't understand that. That's why I bought a 2019 calendar, like a day planner. And I wrote down on every day where I can find that Chad and Lori were. I found them together multiple times throughout 2019. But what I'm trying to figure out is when Melanie met Ian and how Zulema suddenly appeared in the picture for Alex. That part is bothering me. Zulema is a mystery. I have a good friend from my research and work that stuff that we've done with Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey case. And I sent her an email. I was like, listen, I mean, Jinxie is the type of researcher that when she starts looking into people, she can tell you who they ate lunch with in 5th grade. Like,
right.
Like she can figure it out. I was like, okay, I'm done with this. Like, you dig. Man, we found out she had more kids than I thought. Her marriages are wackadoo. She has aliases. She's nuts. She's nuts. Nuts.
I keep yawning. I think I need to get going to bed.
I know. I feel
wiped out today.
I'm like leaning over the chair.
I'm physically wiped out, emotionally wiped out.
Right, but all I keep thinking is I'm gonna go upstairs and Wayne and Gavin are there, and Wayne and Gavin are gonna be there every damn day.
I have a 5-cat wide cat puddle on the bed that I'm gonna go curl up with. I think.
Yeah, well, that lady's gonna text me back in the morning because my biggest concern is getting with a foster is that they have to be animal because we do have another dog and they have to be super kid friendly because of ADHD.
Yeah. Yep. And I think that'd be great though.
And this is a good time. It just would be something to do and keep them occupied. And since we lost Stella, I don't know. It's just something, and it would just feel positive. I think that's what you need to find something to feel positive.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, I don't know. You're right, feeding it. Wash your hands. So I'm going to talk to Paul. I'll text Paul in the morning. And then we'll get me, Paul, and Awen, and maybe we can figure out something to where we can do like a small live every day. Like either we all take turns or something, just like a check-in. You know what I mean, Awen? Yeah. Like, hey,
cover the day's top news. Say hi to everyone. Keep our community together because right now we need each other. So
exactly. So maybe we can get together. And if you guys have any ideas for something like that, please drop it in the comment section down below. I'm just thinking, I just like to see everybody, check in. Because we're going to recognize when we stop seeing names. Like, there's names that didn't show up tonight. And YouTube is being wonky. Like, you could probably go in your subscription. If you saw this in your subscriptions, I would be shocked. Because the fact that there's only 10 people here blows my mind. You know what I mean? Like, like there's something. It didn't show up in the subscriptions. Like, it didn't. It's just bizarre. So, YouTube's being wonky. So, it might be hard to catch up with people. But I definitely do. Like, I realize people aren't here tonight, and it bothers me because I'm like, okay, is that a YouTube problem or is it a them problem? You know what I mean?
If you're on my Discord list and I don't hear from you in a week, I will message you. Be like, you okay? You there? Hello. Right? Not to stalk you, but because we've had issues with people kind of disappearing. That didn't end up well. So I like to reach out and make sure everyone's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we'll do something like that. So make sure you are okay. So let me go get everybody's links here. Oh, in my description box is Awen. The description box below is Awen's YouTube and her website, as well as Paul's YouTube channel and his website. So be sure to subscribe to both of those guys. And then the Discord link is on my About page. The invite is set for forever. So just come on into Discord and you can hang out. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to do. We can hop on a phone call. We can do whatever the heck we want.
Yep.
So
Lori, let me know when you get Discord downloaded, and we'll make sure you get the invite link to both the Discords, so we can go over weight stuff, and then we can talk true crime stuff, and we have Discords everywhere.
Yeah, Heather, Discord it looks intimidating, but I promise you, it's very. Once you like give yourself a couple days and just play with it, just hit all the stuff and figure out how to get in and out, and it's so cool. Will you put a Discord link in there? Me and Discord on the computer are not friends. Yep. I can do it from my phone, but me and Discord are not friends.
Copy and paste these somewhere, like in a notepad file. So when you get it downloaded, you'll have them. And pop that into your search engine. And that one's going to take you to the main true crime one. And this one coming up. I can copy it. All right, so that one is for Reporting Live from My Sofa, which is true crime and everything else under the sun.
Right.
And the second one is the Toxic Bliss Discord, where we focus on, there's two main sections, the narcissist stuff and the weight loss stuff. So all that goes there too.
Here, way back. Okay, so actually I think we did it on New Year's Eve. Allie and I built a Discord. Well, Allie, I, and my son Gavin built a Discord server for Eric Jose, who does Stephen Avery and Brandon Boudreaux cases. But he did a tutorial not long after we did it, because everybody was like, what the hell is this? How do we use it? So give me 1 second and I will give you the link to that. And he actually did it for your phone and for the computer.
Excellent.
Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah. This is funny. I remember this. Let me get it.
Loria, if you give me your email address, I'll email them to you so you'll have them when it's ready to go.
Let's do this. Okay, so we have a Discord.
I prefer Discord on the PC, but I use it on my phone just as much. It works really well either way.
I love it on my phone is like my home base. Like earlier this week, I reached 1,000 subscribers. So soon I should be able to go. As soon as YouTube gets their act together, I'll be able to go live from my phone. Which thank God, because my phone is like mission control, and doing all this on the computer. It's like, okay, I'm so used to my phone. Like I'm not anti-computer, but I really like my phone. Okay, so this link right here is for Eric Jose. And he did this tutorial for us way back early last year when we did it. Sugar loves you, Awen. Oh, that's so sweet. I love you too. Well, I'm feeling the love. Yeah, exactly. Just pray the internet doesn't catch a virus. Now, if the internet were for some reason to go down, that would be the worst thing.
That would be life-changing. I don't know how we would cope.
My lifestyle is I'm home all the time anyway, so it doesn't really bother me, like yet. But every now and again, I'll go out for a day and I'll go thrift shopping and I'll do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? But I'm used to being home. But after a hot minute, I'm gonna be like, okay, because if our summer break just started, which I'm pretty sure it did. I don't see us going back to school. We got a notice from our school district today that they're having a meeting. Everybody they're going to do St. Louis City, St. Louis County, Jefferson County, and St. Charles County, which are like the counties that surround the metro area. And they're doing all the superintendents of the schools, and they're going to try to decide what they're going to do. Loria, you're damn right. Brendan is innocent. Next, whenever you watch my videos and I'm actually on camera, behind me, there's a big group picture from the rally last year when we all went up there. I went up there with a bunch of people and we rented a house and we went to the rally and got to go to the property and meet everybody. It was really, really interesting. Really cool. Like the pictures behind me are from the Avery's lot with me and Allie and Linda. So yes, Brendan Dassey is innocent. And yesterday it was confirmed that one of the medical people at Stephen Avery's prison is tested positive for CV. So that's a little scary. I don't know. But yes, we could talk about Brendan and Stephen anytime.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk about them for days.
I did such a deep dive in that case when MAM first came out. I lived on the Reddit board. I watched everything I could find about it. I couldn't let go of it for about 3 years.
Yeah.
Until finally I was like, all right, I need a break from this because,
yeah.
my God. Oh.
Donna Marie, when I made that video and Allie put it up, that I think is my favorite video I've ever made in my entire life so far. Because we, like, and on my day, in my daily life, I take pictures every single day. Like, if you knew the amount of pictures in my house, it's insanity. And now because everything is digital, my stack of memory cards, my phone, everything. But when we went to rally last year, people realized how many pictures, and we would just be sitting there talking, and I would be recording everything. And I put this video together of the whole weekend. That was my favorite. I wonder if I can find that on Allie's channel. Let's see. I wish I could play YouTube videos on here because that was really fun. Okay, Allie Epperson. Let's go. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it should be a rally trip. Let's find it. Yep, this is it. Copy link address. Here we go. This is 2019 rally. And this year, Carla sent us all a message, and then she posted on Facebook and Twitter that they did go ahead and cancel the rally because of CV, and they didn't want, because after we're at the courthouse, everybody goes to the property. They let us walk. Last year, they let us walk to down to Stephen's trailer, but it had been raining a lot, and oh my God, we were there in June. It was so damn cold. I'm talking like 30s and 40s. It was freezing in June, and we thought it was going to be nice. We're right on the water. Oh my God, it was so damn cold. But it had been raining so much, so we couldn't go down into we couldn't do like the Pam of God walk and all that stuff, which was kind of a bummer. But Carla said because of everything, the health issues, they don't want people tramping, right? You know. And Ma and Pa Avery aren't in the best health, so I don't know.
Gloria, you talked to Megan Boswell's brother?
Wow. Gloria, do you live there? I guess you live in that area.
What did he say?
Here, let me give you a link. Come on in and tell us about it.
Yeah. I would like to hear that.
This video just got 84 different topics. I promise I try to keep them separate. Now, anybody that's in here that wants to come on and chat, here you go. There's the link. Just click the link and come on in. Yeah, watch that rally video. That's one of my favorite videos I ever made. I love the creative process of doing this stuff. You know, I don't know. I just love it. We have Anheuser-Busch is here in St. Louis, and we've been hearing that they're doing a lot of stuff to help. So we'll have to see. A couple of years ago, we had really bad floods here, and it took out like the water supply. It's so bizarre to be flooded and have no water, but it messed up like the sanitation plants and stuff. So Anheuser-Busch here actually had put together and gave out canned water, like a beer can full of water. It was the weirdest thing. Oh my gosh, my damn tabs open. So, all right, let's recap here. We have found Evelyn. We have found Gannon. All we need is JJ and Tylee. Is that everybody?
I'm sure there are more that might not be forward on our minds, but those are the big ones.
Let me go to Discord and look at the case list.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget somebody. I know those are the ones that have been on my forefront that I talk to other people about the most. Let's see. There's been stuff posted in Gannon's room. Let me see what's in there. Wow. Here, let me show. This is Awen posted this, and let me get back to you guys. And oh, Heather's here. Heather,
Hey, hello.
hello. How are
Yay.
you?
Can you hear me?
Hi.
We can hear you.
Awesome. This is cool.
It is kind of fun. I believe we can do up to 6 people.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I'm so behind the times. I'm ashamed to say I have a CIS degree, but I don't know how to use the technology.
That's funny. Donna Marie, yes. Just a few days ago, Carla sent out information that this year, because it was already in the works, everybody's been planning to go, but it has been canceled. So, and she wanted to do it early because we have people like Mark who come from Australia, and then I don't know if Paul and Eunice were coming again from Scotland. Like, people travel from everywhere, so she wanted to make sure that if they'd already made their plans, they could go ahead and get their refunds and stuff, just to be on the safe side. So we might just have to do it later in the year. Who knows? But I'm sure something will be planned. I kind of had a couple ideas I was going to talk to Eric Jose about. He wants me to do something with him for Mammothon, which is coming up in April. I had a couple ideas for maybe like a virtual like a rally. Like we're gonna do something. It's not, we'll make something happen. All right,
A
Heather.
virtual rally would be cool.
Yeah. I tell you, the Wi-Fi in Manitowoc is horrible. Like, you cannot imagine. And like, even your phone reception, it's like you fall off the face of the earth when you get to this county. I'm not even kidding. Oh, it was so hard. And we tried to go live a few different times. Eric Cozy was able to get it to work, but he would like find a spot and then he couldn't move. It was so damn funny. He was like, just stand still and don't talk, don't move, just stand there.
Where is it?
So in June, for the last few years, they do a rally in Manitowoc for Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey. And so I went last year and we had a ton of fun. But then this year it's been canceled. So
Yeah.
all right. So Heather, what do you want to tell us? What you got?
Oh, I don't know. I just called in.
Just join the party, see what's shaking.
I did have one question. Is Budweiser still there, right?
Yes, of course.
Have they started making hand sanitizer?
I've heard that they're doing stuff. The thing is, I've not watched a lot of our local news, and that's not because I watch different news. I don't watch a lot of mainstream media because I don't trust what they say. I'm weird like that.
I know.
But I have I've seen where I've read articles that they're really trying to participate. Here, we can look it up right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Some of the breweries here are making like the smaller microbreweries. They're making hand sanitizer.
Let's see. I think that's really cool.
And our governor, since they shut down all the restaurants, we're like a couple of days ahead of everybody, it seems like. But he decided to let, which is really a no-no. You can order, if you're ordering food, you can also order mixed drinks,
Uh-huh.
which is cool because I was starting to get worried about all the alcoholics going crazy.
Right.
You know.
You know
And
what
then
I was thinking about? All the casinos are closed too. You know those
Oh, I know.
gamblers. Oh my gosh. Do you know all these people with addictions I worry about a lot.
Yes, that's what I was worried about. I have a sister, Awen, who's borderline,
Mm-hmm.
and so we've had some really fun family events.
Yeah.
You know, domestic violence goes up at the holidays.
Yeah, and it's going to go up now, and that's one thing I'm worried about
know.
is women or even men that are stuck at
men.
home with their abusers,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
kids that are stuck at home with their abusive parents. It's like, oh dear.
Yes. That's I'm more worried about the crazy than the
Yep.
virus.
Yep.
I'll take the virus any day. I don't know. It's so quiet. It's just, I normally hear traffic and occasionally I'll hear a police car, you know, or ambulance. Nothing.
See, up here in Fort Worth, it's not quiet, and that's freaking me out. Like, we went out just to go for a drive, not to go stores or anything, but I wanted to get out of the house. So we went for a drive and went down to the lake, and there's people everywhere. All the restaurant parking lots are full. The grocery stores are full. And I'm like, what
You're
is
kidding.
wrong with you guys? It's like they just don't believe it.
Right.
You know, because our county, Tarrant County, has not issued a stay-in-place order or shut down restaurants. You know, like my gym is closed, but they did that on their own. They weren't told to close.
Wait, that was statewide. Governor Abbott. I mean, that was a statewide order.
Well, it's not done here. Everything's still open.
He did it was because Galveston County, the judge said he didn't think he could enforce it. And the same time, the same day, that's when Abbott came out with his ruling.
I remember the thing about the alcohol.
Yeah,
but
wasn't that, that was a shock. I was like, oh my God, you know it's
like
bad.
That's not normal. You know it's Texas.
Yeah, you know that's bad when they let you take the alcohol home.
Yeah, but here everything is still open, and it's like
it's
that's
a little
not right.
different in St. Louis because St. Louis is a Catholic town, and y'all drink it up here. with Budweiser and everything. That was a little.
We're
bit
not
of
afraid of a
shock.
cocktail.
That was a little bit of culture shock when we moved up there. Was how free the alcohol was flowing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
here in St. Louis, we drink for every occasion. Like no matter what, that's just what you do. Like that's my whole life. That's all I know.
Oh yeah, I mean you drink in church, so
right.
We have grape juice down here, so it was a little culture shock. But I loved it in St. Louis, except it was too damn cold, too long.
Yeah. No, we can get all 4 seasons in a week. Like the other day it was 75. I had the sunroof open in my car. Tomorrow night the low is going to be like 16 or something ridiculous.
Oh my God.
It's like this all the time. I'm so used to it.
I just remember from October till April, no sunshine.
Yeah,
nothing.
It's very weird. So
then we moved to Colorado.
Donna Marie's in a boating town with a drinking problem. Oh Lord.
No, it's a drinking town with a fishing problem.
Yeah, maybe.
Problem. Yeah.
Landon just posted this on Facebook, and I guess I'm not sure where that is. Somebody made this for her. We went to pray for Gannon's family. Landon, your baby has truly touched my heart, and I can't imagine what you're going through, but I know I always keep you in my prayers. No one should be going through this. Your hero, Gannon, has made us all realize how important it is to love each other and cherish each moment we have. I pray God will wrap his arms around you and around you all as you finally get to lay your baby to rest. Justice will be served. We will help fight for that.
Oh.
Very sweet. She just posted that.
I don't know how she is making it. I would.
And then 20 minutes ago, she posted this that said we all cried today.
I would lose it. I just, if something happened to one of my kids, I guess now that they're adults, it's a little bit easier. But when they were little, oh my gosh. No, I'd shoot myself in the head.
Yep, I couldn't cope with it. There's no way. I could never have gotten up at that press conference and spoke. No, it just would not happen.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I don't know. I cannot understand how the hell she got him to Florida. I don't get it.
I don't either. How long did it take her to get to Florida? I thought she only drove like 12 hours or something.
Well, it would have taken 20 hours, so, you know,
That's
maybe she drove part way and switched cars, got a new rental car, went the rest of the way.
I guess, but damn. It's a 12-hour drive from Colorado Springs to Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand. I don't. Well, it'll be interesting when some of those details start to come out. That I know.
Yep, the biggest problem for me is that she took off and drove all the way to Florida, and nobody was flipping out like, "Oh my God, Letitia left the state. Where'd she go?"
Right.
Because in any other case we follow, if one of the main people involved had taken off, we would have known about it in a heartbeat. You know, it's like nobody raised the alarm about this. Nobody's jumping up and down screaming.
You know what's
That's weird.
I think because of this, she has had to have help. She has. There has to be an accomplice. I'm with you, Don.
I think so too. I wonder about Harley.
I worry about Harley. I wonder what she sucked her into doing.
Exactly. Or threatened her to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're on the same wavelength. I am. I have CPTSD from growing up with borderlines, which is basically like a narcissist, right?
Yep.
And then my ex-husband was a alcoholic. That's a whole nother story. So yeah, it and I handled it real well up until I started finding out some of the truth, and then I realized how close to death I actually came.
Yeah,
that freaked me out. That's when I lost it.
Did you ever see that movie, The Truman Show?
Yes.
I had a panic attack at the end of that movie and had to go to the ER from the theater because when he runs into the wall and realizes his whole life was a movie set and nothing was as he actually thought, that did something to my subconscious brain and I lost it in the theater. My best friend had to drive me straight to the ER because I was like, I couldn't breathe or anything. I'm like, yeah, that's when you finally come to terms with what happened. That's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah. When the truth comes out and you realize, you know what, my gut was right all along. Because that's what they're so good at doing is, gaslighting.
Mm-hmm.
Can they still see us on the
Yes, they can.
on the
Now,
weird.
Awen posted this in Discord that shows that he was allegedly found in a suitcase. And that's Awen, you said this come from the aunt.
That is from Landon's aunt.
So,
and she's been posting a lot, so I know that's her for sure saying that.
So he was found under a bridge in a suitcase?
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds of that happening?
Janae, we have 2 Discord channels. One is primarily true crime. It's the Reporting Live from My Sofa Discord. And the other one is the Toxic Bliss Discord, which is weight loss and narcissism and all kinds of other stuff. But not necessarily true crime because, sometimes you need a break.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like the Chris Watts case. Did you ever watch the neighbor's video and the commercial that came on during the video?
Yep. Yeah, the one with the for the documentary about babies or something at the end, and
it was American Horror Story.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
It was a trailer for American Horror Story, and if you pull up that video, that trailer video on YouTube, it's even eerier because it actually shows a woman curled up in a grave. It's bizarre. It's just bizarre. You have to wonder, was there something supernatural going on telling us these things? And then you know how they found out that the girls were alive because of the shadow under the truck?
Yeah.
I was actually in a group. They put that video out. Somebody put that video out and blew it up. And there was a couple of people in the comment section that had said, "Is that a shadow under the truck?" And like about 8 of us started saying, "Yeah, there's a shadow under that truck." And then the armchair detective came in and made a big, he got his notoriety from that. And I think that's how the FBI figured it out.
You know what I've always wondered about that? So we have their ring camera footage of Shanann coming home. Why don't we have footage of the motion of Chris out there that morning?
Yep.
That I've always wondered that. Why where's that video? Where the hell is that video? Because the position of that truck, you might have been able to see what Shanann, you would probably see the girls.
Oh,
I've always wanted to know why we never saw that.
I would assume he turned it off.
that's what I was thinking. I bet he turned it off.
Yeah, they would have video of that if it hadn't been turned off. And
Yeah.
they would have said something about that. The authorities would not have kept that secret,
That has always bothered me. Oh yay, Janae! I'm glad you're in Discord. Janae, I think you're my neighbor, right? You're in St. Louis too, I believe. I try to remember. Oh my
that case was the one that really creeped me out probably the most because he reminded me so much of my ex-husband.
Mm.
Just the way he could sit there and kind of lie, it was creepy. That case. And I used to live in Greeley, which is in Weld County, and where his house was, when I worked at IBM, I would drive right by there.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
So it's like, why do I have all these connections to these cases? It's bizarre. But what is up with all these people killing their kids?
I don't know. That's right. Yeah, Janae. Yep, that's you. What up, neighbor? Yeah, I don't know. That trend can stop any day.
Of course, those weren't her kid. Those weren't Letitia's kids. Let me see. They were Lori's kids, except for JJ. I don't.
JJ. I mean, he's adopted. That's her son. I mean, that's her son.
Yeah.
And I get let me tell you, I get defensive about that because when my oldest son was adopted by my husband. My oldest son and I have been with my husband since Austin was 4 months old. So Wayne adopted Austin, and people for a long time would say things like, "Oh, well, that's not really his son." Bullshit. He raised it. This is his son. You know what I mean? So when there's adoption, I get defensive about that because no, that's not how it works. That's your child. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's a relationship there. So I don't know. I get weird. I get defensive, and I don't know. Just
I totally get it. I mean, honestly, I can't understand hurting any child. I don't care if it's my child. I just don't. I don't understand anybody who could hurt a child, especially your own child. That just, I would kill myself first, I couldn't, I don't know.
It's a special kind of evil that can harm a defenseless child.
They're crazy. It's psychotic.
Mm-hmm. And like, Eve, I think about like Lori and Tisha. They were seemingly like normal people, like they did stuff. They're happy with their kids and their family life. And then it was just like, they snapped. Like Lori went out the deep end, fell into this cult crap, and Tisha just straight up lost her stuff one day and ended up, I don't understand it. And when we find out what happened to Awen Boswell, oh my God, I just can't.
That's the little girl, the little baby, right?
Right.
I don't know. And whatever happened to that other case what was her name? That she was kidnapped and then they found her, the neighbor
Oh, that's the Heidi
committed
Broussard
suicide.
case. Oh no,
No,
that's different.
no, Heidi Broussard. They found Megan just 10 miles from
Yeah.
where I live. I was like, that is creepy.
Oh, wow.
No, the one that, oh, what was it? And then we didn't hear anything about it.
Oh, the little
neighbor-
redhead girl.
Yeah, the
What
neighbor
was her
supposedly
name?
slit her wrist.
Faye Sweatlick.
Yeah.
Yes. We didn't hear anything after that. It just dropped out of the media.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all we're going to know is that she was abducted by that person, killed himself, or killed her, then killed himself, and realized they were
know.
close.
I question that case because who commits suicide by slitting their own throat?
Mm.
I thought, yeah, I remember we were watching that press conference on, I think we watched it all together on Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
And when they said that he did that, I remember, you probably go back and look at the chat because we were all like, huh? What did you just say? Like that doesn't seem to make sense. But I mean, clearly he wasn't right. So who the hell knows? Could be.
I don't know. I just
at the end of the day, if he did it and he's that big a piece of shit, then I don't really care what he did to himself, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is a weird way to go. That I will give it.
Yeah. That's the part that bothers me is that's not the usual way people kill themselves.
Right.
You know?
And let's see if we can find anything on that.
But it's been one after the other after the other. I need a break. My heart needs a break.
Right. We're gonna have to do well, I've been on Paul's ass for a long time, and even Wayne has. He's like, dude, we need Florida Man. This is the time where, like, especially Paul needs to get back to his roots. Everybody needs to like find something fun to do. And we all love this true crime stuff, and I'm still gonna do, the Vallow stuff, but we're gonna have to come up with something that's a little more uplifting. And there are no updated news stories on Faye at all. Everything is from 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just fell out of the news.
There's nothing.
We never heard anything more. Do we even know the guy's name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yes, it was Corey something. Something like that. They
that's
did say his name in the press conference.
Hold on. Cody Scott Taylor.
Yes, but that's about it.
Yep. There's nothing. Everything is mid-February. There's no.
Just fell out. It just fell off the radar.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard he had a roommate.
He did have a roommate that was staying at his girlfriend's, which was normal for him. I don't know. The whole thing is weird.
It was very weird.
You want to adopt Paul, Donna Marie? Janae, I think you're on like the northern side of town, and I'm way on the southern side of town, and it's exactly the same down here. Like meat is hard to come by. It took me 3 stores to find ketchup. It was a bad time for us to not have like ketchup and grape jelly were on my shopping list. Like that's just we needed to restock it. It took me 3 stores to find ketchup. We actually surprisingly found the jelly at Walmart, which was empty. But meat is hard to come by. Janae, honest to God, if you need toilet paper, and I've told people this, we get ours through Amazon Subscribe and stuff, so it shows up like every 2 months, and we get this huge case of it. So we have extra right now, and I will meet you for halfway from I think where you said to us. Like I can meet you and I can meet you up in Fenton, and I will give you some toilet paper if you need it. You just let me know. I'm not joking. Like I do not want anybody to go without anything. And Janae, if you join Discord, we told everybody today, just type it somewhere that you're in search of blah blah blah. And if we have to mail it to each other, damn it, that's what we're gonna do.
That's funny.
Just
install a bidet.
What's that?
Just install a bidet. One of those little shower handles on the side of your toilet.
Right? Like, what do you? I don't know. And I mean, being women, we use more toilet paper than the guy. So it's really us.
Yeah.
But I still cannot wrap my head around why the toilet paper is such a big ass deal. Why is that? I can't comprehend.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Like that one just blew my mind. Of all the
really
things, like
weird.
I would rather be able to eat because there are other options you can do to, you know, cleanse yourself, let's say. I want to be able to,
that's what I'm saying.
you know, I'm not going to fight people over toilet paper when, you know, my 15-year-old son, I mean, needs to eat. Like I told people earlier, like I bought 3 loaves of bread and I felt bad for doing that. But when we normally go shopping, I normally buy 2 at a time. So I got 1 extra. But then my daughter-in-law couldn't find bread, so I gave it to her. So I was like, okay, we're still with 2. And then Gavin asked me, I told the people earlier, Gavin asked me, he's like, Mom, can I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? And we're not a house where you ask to get anything. You just go get it. Like my kids would never. You know what I mean? Even when they were little, I was just like, eat whatever you want. You know, just go eat. I don't care. But he's like, I don't want us to run out of bread. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's all right. Like, he's worried about it. I'm like, we're on day 2. It's bizarre. Oh, you were finding toilet paper at Sam's and Maplewood. That's good. How was Sam's? I thought about going to Sam's and I'm like, yeah, no. I've hit up a couple grocery stores. We did Walmart. We did Schnucks. I've been to Schnucks a few times, and I got lucky. I found a few different things that I couldn't find the day before, but I'm doing pretty good. You'll sing condiments, but not condoms. A friend of mine posted on Facebook. She's like, everybody, you know, everybody be home. She's like, but I can't afford to go to 35 baby showers in 9 months, so be responsible. I'm like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
I was wondering the same thing, you know, what is this going to do to our population?
Right.
All these pregnancies in about a year, right? All these new babies.
You watch, there's going to be some sort of baby boom because a lot of people don't have nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Jeez Louise.
I know. It's just bizarre, surreal. Surreal is the only word I can come up with.
Yeah.
For this.
And it's weird that everybody, I mean, you guys are close. Well, you're both in Texas. You're not like neighbors, but you're both there. But everybody is experiencing the same thing. And that is what's so weird to me. Like, this is I've never seen anything like this where I could talk to you guys. I could talk to Paul Capaldi over in Scotland. He's having the same problems. It's bizarre to me. My mind cannot comprehend that. I don't know. What's West Coast, Donna Marie? The baby stories will come. Oh, they will. They sure will. I mean, I don't know. I mean, hey, do whatever you got to do. I'm not going to judge. But that post was funny. Talking about I can't go to 35 baby showers. I'm like, oh, shit. It just made me laugh. No, I'm not in the West Coast. I live in the St. Louis area. And actually, Janae, who is in chat, also lives in the St. Louis area. So we figured that out one day down in the comment section. And I am so far behind in the comment section. I feel so bad because I make it a point to try to answer everybody and keep the conversation going. But it's just been a weird week. So I'm going to, tomorrow, it's my goal to get all caught up on that. I feel horrible. So I don't know. It's really interesting. I said, yeah, I figure by this time next week, nobody's going to know what day it is. We're all just going to be like going through the motions. It's going to be a mess. But yeah, I want to talk to Paul. I'd like to see Paul do like his Florida man stuff. And Paul's 5K party, I think, is next week. So that should be fun. His 2,500 party was a blast. Here, let me give you guys a good laugh. Damn, I wish we could play YouTube videos. I really do.
You can't play your own YouTube video?
I can play my own, but I can't play Paul's. And Paul's highlight video, I don't have it on my channel. It's on his channel. So, but I'm gonna get it. Let me close this first. Okay, we're gonna go to Recording live from the sofa. Where is he? I made when Paul hit 2,500. I made on this like a little highlight reel, and it took me forever to make this, but my God, it was so much fun. It's got a lot of videos. Let me find it. It's way down here somewhere. But this will give you a laugh, and if you're not familiar with Paul, you will be when you get done watching this. As soon as I find it. There it is. Copy link. There we go. Oh, AC, you're from the St. Louis area too? Awesome. Where are you now, AC? Highlight reel. I'm going to have to make him another one. I wish we could play it. I mean, I don't think Paul would copyright strike me, but YouTube is so messed up right now. Like there's only 7 people in chat, which is so bizarre to me. But this, even I went into like my other account because I have another account to make sure that things work and are set up the way I want. You know what I mean? And it's still, even though we've been on here 3 hours and 15 minutes, it's still not showing up in that subscription. That's bizarre. And I've seen a lot of people complaining about that YouTube is all jacked up. So, well, just have to see. But, I mean, at the end of the day, right now I'm worried about everybody that we see regularly. So, you know, and we can communicate with them, which I love. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to see everybody, but I want to just make sure everybody's okay. I keep checking Landon's page. That's so. Oh, you're in Kansas City area. What's life like over in Kansas City right now with like the groceries and stuff? I'm just curious what, you know, everything looks like. There are more than one. Oh, nope, Fenton Mo. Yeah, Janae wrote something about I grew up in the Fenton area. I was like, damn, I just came from Fenton right before you posted this message. So look at that. Who knows? All right. Let's just say Paul's highlight reel. Damn it. I don't think I have it. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I had it somewhere. I don't. Not on this computer. Excuse me. Maybe somewhere I have in Jefferson County. I live in Jefferson County. Yep, I live in Jefferson County. So we've been comparing what they have in case we need supplies. Exactly. And that's kind of like what we're doing. We're not working with everybody. Like if you can find this. I have 7 good friends of mine, and we're like in this group chat. Like, if you go out to the store today, look for blah, blah, blah. You know, you never know what you're going to find. But yeah, we live in Jefferson County. Old JC. I don't know. I worry about how much stock these grocery stores actually have, and when it's gone, then what happens? You know, like, then what? That worries me a lot. Like, they can only have so much in the back room. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is just crazy. I don't know. It worries me. But there's nothing I can do about it. So worrying, what's that going to do? Not a damn thing. It's going to make me crazy, and it's not going to fix anything. What the hell just happened there? That was the most fucked up thing. Where the hell did it go? I don't know. Let's see. Awen, you said you got stocked up, you think, for about a month. You think you guys are good?
I think so, except we'll run out of like little stuff like ketchup and things like that. But I should have enough of my special keto foods to get through a month. Enough for me and my daughter. My husband, he already dropped it. He's like, I can't handle this. I need my French fries.
Right.
You suck. So
give it a try. What are you gonna do? You know?
Yep. But the main thing was having a month's worth of like medical supplies. You know, my daughter still has an open wound that we have to dress twice a day. And so I wanted a solid month's worth of supplies to do that. because I don't want to have to be running out to pharmacies and stuff. So got all that.
The governor here has said that he has like if you have prescriptions that are like controlled and stuff, different things, you can go, they're going to lift the whatever so you can get all of your prescriptions, no worries. My biggest concern, like I have 2 things that are controlled, but they're not due for 2 more weeks, so I worry about that. So I'm like, I'm just gonna let those be, because I don't really, I'll be fine, I'll figure me out. But Gavin has asthma and he gets in his inhalers and stuff. And I worry because this is such a respiratory thing that those inhalers are going to be by. And so I'm like, well, I think I'm going to send the doctor an email this weekend and see if she'll just call him in 2 this time. So then that should last us for quite a while.
Yeah.
Especially with it being spring and we're getting the roller coaster weather right now. It's going to jack him up so bad. But I did see a couple articles about inhalers and different things not being able, they're going to run short. I'm like, oh no, screw that.
Yeah, we got an extra round of oxygen tanks for my daughter. She does have the floor condenser, but if we have to go out or something, she's got to have all the tanks. So
right,
some extra of those set up. And I think if we have to lock the door, I think we'll be okay. So here's hoping.
Right. And how's your stash, Heather? Do you feel pretty good? Heather? We lost her. Where did she go? But yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good. I wish I could find some more meat. And I've just decided, like, on a day when I feel like getting out, I'll just go out and look. I'll hit a few places like I did the other day and just see, you know.
Yep.
Like when I found Gavin's Ice Mountain water yesterday, it was like a big surprise. He was like, "Oh, thank God," you know, like it was. Those are things we normally have in our house. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, like I just like, and I still can't understand the toilet paper thing. I don't get it.
I don't either. I mean, for a family of 4, 1 12-pack should last us a month. I mean,
right?
Why do people need to be buying pallets of it? I don't get it, but
no.
Whatever.
Yeah, we get that big case from Amazon, and typically, and we've done it because we always have people at our house. There's always people here, and that's fine, you know, whatever. But now all the kids are older, you know, there's not as many people stopping in and doing whatever. So we always have some extra. So like we take it down to the shop, you know, for work or whatever, and then I'd give some to Austin and Madison. But it's like, Jesus, how I don't understand what the toilet paper deal is. Yeah. You know, AC, I've been reading things that say that Missouri is one of 7 states that are not even close to taking this seriously. Out of 50 states, there's 7 states that are just kind of being very lax about it and not, you know, cracking down, and we're one of them. So it should get interesting here, I'm sure. Yeah. Thanks, Janae. Yeah, it's scary. I mean, I just don't, with Gavin's asthma and his issues, he's the last one. As sick as he was as a baby with the RSV and the pertussis, there's no way. I couldn't go through that again. No way. That was horrible. Old blue lips. You don't know how many times we called 911 because he wasn't breathing. I can't go through that again. Yeah, I'm interested tomorrow. AC, I'm right there with you. I'm interested to see what he's going to say tomorrow. Because he's been very lax and just like, oh, yeah, just do, you know, this is that. Da, 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 da. I'm like, dude, we're going to get serious. Well, from what I understand, tonight they found there's somebody that tested positive in the Capitol building. So now he's going to get serious. So that will be something. Awen, how many cases are close to you? Do you know? Well, I mean, there's not been a lot of testing, so there's really no way to know.
Yeah, Dallas County released an entire list of all their cases, which towns they were from, their age, how severe their symptoms were, all like really detailed information. Tarrant County won't say crap. So we're for some reason, the judge of this county does not want to hear anything about coronavirus. They don't want to tell us. We know there are cases, but we don't know exactly how many. We don't know what towns they originated in. So we have a problem here. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, from yesterday to today, our here in Missouri, when I checked the health, whatever, I'll show you what I checked. Let me pull it up. It doubled, and we only have like 50 in our state, but they're just now starting to test. So it's not like nobody has it. They just don't know who has it because they haven't tested anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so tired of hearing, oh, they updated it at 9:00 tonight. Here in Missouri, we now have 73. This morning, it was 46. We have 3 deaths in Boone, Jackson, and St. Louis County. Jesus fuck. So, they updated it twice today. That's not really a good sign. But everybody is going to, So everybody's going to skyrocket because they're just now testing. Like, look at
Right.
New York. Like, New York City had like 2,000 new cases just like in a day because of testing. So you really don't know. Like this, it's everywhere. Like everywhere.
The only safe assumption is that everyone you come into contact with outside has it.
Right.
That's the only way to keep yourself safe.
Yep. So I don't know. It just
And even like my husband, because he works at a retail store and with the public and lots of people, when he comes home from work, he strips off inside the door as soon as he comes in, goes straight to the sink to wash up. His clothes get sprayed with Lysol and go straight into the washing machine because my daughter has a lung issue, a very serious one, and this could kill her. And I can't risk him bringing a germ into this house.
Right.
So it's like, I really would rather just set up like a decontamination station right inside the door, but I don't have that technology, unfortunately. But that's kind of what it's coming to for us. It's really scary.
Hey, I think AC stalking us because he thinks he lived in your county too.
Yeah.
And you got family in my county. Now he's been to your county. She's been to your county. We're in trouble, man. We're in trouble. I don't know. I just know tomorrow I do have to go to Walmart. I'm getting a couple things for Gowan just because we're stuck here. I want to make sure he can, do all his stuff and be as comfortable as possible or whatever. So I am going to Walmart tomorrow. Not for food, but for other stuff. But it's just like I want to get in and get out. I don't want to, I'm not here to chit chat and bullshit with anybody. I want my shit and I want to roll. Like, that's all I want to do.
Yeah, we're going to do a run Sunday because I do want to get some more fresh meats because they've been out. So we're going to hope maybe they'll restock by then we get something. It's like, I can't eat hot dogs forever, dudes.
Yeah, meat is hard to come by. We have like, no, I'm kidding, AC. We have, AC, do you know what Radicers is? I want to see this because that would be interesting. It depends on what part of Jefferson County your family's in. But we have like a little mom and pop grocery store. And it's actually like a meat there. See, and they keep meat. I found meat there. So, and they said they're going to keep up as much as they can. So I'm going to stop by there tomorrow while I'm out and see. Because that's where I found Austin and Madison, my son and daughter-in-law. I found them some chicken breasts there because they eat chicken every day. That's just the way their household is. They, whatever. Yep, Cedar Hill-ish. I live in Detmer, like 2 minutes from Cedar Hill. So, yep, that's my neck of the woods, AC. I'm gonna stop by there tomorrow and see if I can find meat. I promise I'm not stalking. Yeah. That's what they all say when it starts.
So you get a knock at the door at 2 in the morning.
Right. That's funny. Oh, hey, AC, if your family ends up needing something, leave it in the comment section down below. My email's everywhere. Send me an email. I swear I will help anybody I can. Yep. Hopefully we can find some meat. It's hard to come by. We have hunters in our family, so we have deer meat, which is not my favorite, but it beats nothing, So I'm like, well, it's out there. It's in the freezer. We have a big freezer out in the garage, so we've got stuff out there, and like I said, I do a lot of freezer meals and like make a head meal, so I have a lot of like stuff. I just don't have a lot of meat. So that's my concern. And my concern is Gavin being home and having him, feeding him breakfast and lunch and dinner and his 35 snacks a day. That worries me, So I don't know, but we'll get through it. I mean,
do you have squirrels?
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah. We got all sorts of critters, but no, I'm not eating no squirrel. I'm good.
6 months from now.
Exactly. I'll come in and take this clip out and be like, look at us now.
From what I remember, there's a lot of rabbits in St. Louis.
Yeah. We have a beagle that does not, like, he used to get the baby rabbits and stuff. So, like, literally the squirrels would not come in our yard. The rabbits would not come in our yard. Like, he has run everything off. And now he's old. He's too old to catch them. So, but they still won't come in our yard. It's hilarious. I'm like, right on.
That's funny. That's what was so unusual. Here in Houston and maybe in Fort Worth, every time there's a hurricane, the water, the batteries, and the bread fly off the shelf.
Yeah.
And the canned stuff that you don't have to cook,
Right.
But the meat is always there. Anything refrigerated, frozen, anything perishable, it's still on the shelf. When I walked in the grocery store the other day, that was all gone.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when I realized this is different.
Right. It's very weird. Like I showed some pictures yesterday of like the store, the Walmart I went to. AC, I went to the Walmart in DeSoto. Just so you know what I'm up to. You don't even have to stalk me. I'll just tell you where I'm at. But we tried that one because it's further out, I thought maybe it won't be as bad because it's not as populated as, going up into, civilization. But it's very weird to see that in your own eyeball and like you really understand it. Like I can't, these kids and their forever snacks. My 15-year-old is 6'3" and 230 pounds. I mean, he's a big kid and he is still growing. So, I mean, he just eats and it's like, and for him to ask me if he can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I thought, oh my, like that just hurt my heart. Like just thinking about it. It's like, dude, you don't have to ask, just eat it. What's going to happen? We're going to have to make our own bread. Big freaking deal. I love fresh bread. So what the hell? It's not a big problem. If we can't find bread, we just make our own. Okay. We can get through that. Don't worry. So I don't know.
Do you have a bread maker?
No.
We have ovens.
Yeah.
The old way,
The old school way. And that's fine by me. Whatever we have to do, I don't care. And Gavin really likes to cook. So we're going to come up with all kinds of stuff. And he's really into, like, he loves to make, he's got a whole section in the pantry of all this like Japanese stuff. And he whips up some stuff. It's really cool. So I don't think we'll starve. Well, my biggest problem is my husband. God love him, but he is a picky ass eater, like picky as they come. And I'm thinking by the end of this, dude, you will not be picky anymore. If you are hungry, you are going to eat whatever the hell we got. I don't really care. So we'll just have
eating squirrel stew.
Right. Like whatever it takes, man.
Just have Gavin stir fry it. He'll never know what it is. Almost chicken.
just make sure it's not bat.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like Wayne doesn't like anything. Like everything has to be plain, and everything is this. And I'm like, dude, we can't find plain meat. We can't find plain anything. You're gonna get what you get, and don't throw a fit.
There you go.
The school district next to us, out the next town out in Londell. Remember today, Awen, I was talking like it would be so cool if the buses would take the food. Well, I found out that Londell is actually doing that. The school district next to us is putting all of the meals for the kids on their school bus, like routes, And
Yeah.
the bus drivers are going to the bus stops, and that's how the kids are getting their meals. Our district, you can go to the elementary schools, but there's a lot of people that don't have transportation. They have no way to get there, and that bothers me. I'm like, why? I was so excited when I heard that Londell did that. I'm like, man, that's a great idea. I hope other school districts pick up on that, because then that would guarantee that those kids get food. I worry about those kids so much, and I worry about people that have like food stamps and WIC, because that they're only allowed to get certain things with those, and you can't get that. Do you know what I mean? Like I just like they could only get certain brands of stuff, and that bothers me so much. It just bothers me so much to think
Surely
that
they've lifted that ban.
I hope so. I hope that they've made it to where you can just get
whatever.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope that there's been some sort of provision put in, because that bothers me a lot.
Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad.
And then you don't know, like, you don't know which people are, like, as you drive by their house, are they in there starving? They have nothing. I don't know. I worry about that stuff. I don't know. I'm weird.
Yeah.
I don't like to. I don't like to worry about it.
The good thing is this has really brought us all together, and we're not as narcissistic as we were a week ago.
Yeah.
I think it's really bringing us all together, and we're thinking more about other people than ourselves.
Yeah. And I just hope more people do that.
I know.
I hope that people
Did you watch the president today?
Oh my God.
I may need to bow out for this conversation. The F-bombs are going to fly.
Hold on. If Gavin is still up, Aiden was here, and me and Gavin were watching it, and Gavin was cussing. He was flipping his shit at the TV, and every time he said something, Gavin was like, "What the hell's wrong with this guy?" Today was horrible. He was horrible today.
Yep.
And I try not to talk about him too much. He's batshit crazy, whatever. But the things he did today, like, every day gets worse.
Yep.
And it's just like, dude, just shut up. Just don't even show up. Like, why are you here? Like, today was bad. So I can imagine it.
Even Dr. Fauci face palmed. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was bad today. It was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
I wish when they ask him medical questions, he would just step aside and let Dr. Fauci step up.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he would just stay home.
Yeah.
Because the stock market was coming back up a little bit today. It was only up by like 100 points or so. But after he started talking, it plummeted again. It's like, yep. Uh-huh. So.
What I thought was kind of cool, though, is that the automakers were talking about retooling to make ventilators if necessary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're back in World War II again.
Right.
Rosie the Riveter.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
But it's not just our country. It's the whole world.
Right. And I think that's the thing that's like I said it earlier, like you see like you guys probably have experienced, a hurricane, and your area is devastated for a while, and the whole country, exactly, the whole country's like, oh my gosh, that has to be horrible. But everybody else just kind of goes on with their life. Right now, every single one of us are experiencing the same exact thing, and that is mind-blowing. Because you can relate to everybody you talk to for one reason or another.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre. All right, let's see.
Yeah, Harvey, my PTSD really kicked into high gear during Harvey.
Thanks, AC. Yeah, we're gonna come up with something where we do more like chit chats instead of just focusing. Like, I've just been focusing on Lori Vallow, but we're gonna do something where we just chat like this. So definitely come back. We will have some distractions for sure. But it was great to talk to you, neighbor. Come by and see me sometime.
We could do new readings night. I see you stuck in a house for the next 6 months.
Right, exactly. I mean, yeah, we could have a lot of fun. All right, well, I think we're gonna go ahead and shut it down because there's like us. There's like us.
Yep.
Okay.
It's late. Everybody's tired. It's been
Yeah.
a stressful day with stuff emotionally. So, all right. For anybody that is watching later, thanks for hanging out. We've been here all night. We've talked about a lot of stuff, but we will be back, and drop some ideas in the comments if anybody has ideas of how we can distract ourselves and get through this. So, see you guys later. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
God bless.
Okay, turn that.